while you do that, I will just start the show.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week on Humpcast, we have Rossyo Ortiz from Hard Fresco's coming in to try some delicious awas. Deadpool 2 gets a PG-13 re-release. Ever thought of a Count Chocula movie? And trailers for Bumblebee and a live-action Dumbo. You're listening to Humpcast.
Hit it already.
Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed and snicker like Jawas while we sip on some hard awas. My name's Garrett Lee, and we got some Jawas over here. No, we have a very special guest today. We actually have... Thank you. You can stop jawing. I appreciate it. Very special guest. We have Miss Rossyo Ortiz here from Hard Fresco's Brewing Company.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah. Well, we also have the live audience, of course. They're happy to see you. I like that you looked. It was really cool. We don't have a live audience. We do have people coming in though already. That's really nice. Rossyo here. You're actually. What would you say your title is and your affiliation with Hard Fresco's?
I'd say I am one of the first sales reps to work with them.
Okay.
I've been with them from the beginning, and I like to represent their brand in all of Southern California. All of the time. So I would say I'm a good brand ambassador, sales rep for all of SoCal, and I do a little bit of brand management down here in this area as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you actually brought in a few things for us to taste today, right?
I did. I brought most of the cans that we have released, except for one. But yeah, I brought you lots of treats.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And actually, Ryan was here in the room. Ryan, unfortunately, is not going to be here today because his schedule changed. And he's going to miss out on some delicious awas. But just like every episode, we start off with an alcoholic beverage of some sort. You being, of course, the guest. I'm going to let you bring out whatever you want. We're going to try them in the order that you think is preferable.
Perfect.
Cool. Nice. So which one is this one? Tell us a little bit about it. I'll pour it if you want.
Oh, thank you. Here.
Cool. That way you can talk about it.
All right. So I'm going to start you off with the Pepino Limon.
Mm-hmm.
That one is one of the newer released brews that we have. It's one of our lighter flavored fermented agua frescas. It's very crisp, very clean. It's a lot of pepino in the beginning, so it's very cucumber forward, and then
I was going to say, like, what if someone doesn't speak Spanish? I know what this means, but
I feel like at this point that they'll like, even there's a Gatorade that's Pepino Limon.
Oh, is there really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So I feel like if Gatorade's out there saying that, everyone has to like be able to translate.
Yeah. Plus, you have a phone. Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. So yeah, let's try it. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud. Not very
Wow.
sweet at all.
No, but refreshing.
Super refreshing.
That's really good. This is. It doesn't even taste almost like there's any alcohol. It tastes like
It's good for the gym.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes like if you're in a waiting room at a massage place. They have those like cucumber
Yes, the teas or
waters.
the
They're
waters.
just sitting there. I'm like, okay, cool.
Definitely.
So detoxifying. So delicious.
The properties are anti-inflammatory. They
Nice.
definitely.
That helps with alcohol, and which there are too. These are.
Kidding.
Let's see. What is this? Okay, 6% alcohol.
That's the ABV. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Because I have kind of a rule. I was like, I don't really like drinking anything under 6%.
I mean, there's some good lighter ones.
No, they taste good.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that. I'm literally saying that it's like if I'm gonna be drinking, I don't want to
Okay.
drink like 4 or 5 just to get a buzz.
Yeah, I think in the summertime, more like it's better to drink the lighter ones like throughout the day. But
Yeah.
with this, it's hard because it doesn't taste like a 6% beer.
No, it doesn't. That's what I was saying. It's hardly like I want to give this to some of my friends because I have a lot of friends that they don't really go for one beer. First of all, they don't like the taste of beer, or 2, anything really hard. If I make them a cocktail, it has to be very sweet, very sugary. Which is not always the best, obviously. But
yeah, no.
they don't like tasting alcohol. But this is great. Like it's in the realm of like a cider, I would say.
Definitely.
But very different take on it.
Without a doubt, it's in that realm. But it's special in the sense that because of technicalities, it's
This little cup thing is like
not all of them, or not most of them, are considered ciders at all because they're not brewed with apples. They're brewed with other fruits, with other natural.
So do ciders have
flavors.
to be with apples?
At least 50%.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, okay, so like I know bourbons have to be made with like at least 51% like corn, and ryes with rye. I don't know everything about alcohol, obviously.
No, me either. But I know that much at least. Because
I did not know that.
Yeah, one time I had to fight for this this box. It was like it was at one of our festivals, and then people were getting to vote for their favorite beer, and they didn't give us a box so people could vote. And then the woman said, "Oh, well, it's because you're a cider." And I said, "Well, technically, we're not. We're not." They let us get voted for.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
They gave us a box, and they were like, "Okay, you're right. You know, by technicality, you can compete with the beers,
Yes,
and then stand out and be like, why is this cider here?"
It's like, because try it, that's why.
Yeah, pretty
Boom.
much. Yeah.
This is really good though.
So
It's a nice, light, refreshing one. So let me ask you this, because it's so distinct. Have you ever mixed it with anything else? I'm a cocktail guy. I don't know if you can
Definitely.
notice my gigantic bar right here.
That was the first thing I noticed when I got here.
That's the first thing most people do.
Yeah.
I love making cocktails. It's kind of been my thing for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And I could see definitely using at least this in a nice light cocktail or something like that.
Well, I brought you some cocktails that have already been created.
Oh, cool.
But they're a little, not outdated, but these are this is like the very first mixologist curated little recipe card that we came out with. Now we're gonna need some for the pepino limon, for the hoppy tamarindo, for the horchata ale. We have so many new brews coming out that there's so much potential to make delicious cocktails with all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I want to make all of these now.
You should.
You should just send me a lot more of these, by the way, and I'll make some cocktails. Don't worry about it.
I will. Yeah, there's some good. Is there anything you specifically see on here that you'd want to make?
Let's see. Okay. Well, first of all, I mean, being one of the nerds, the first thing that stand out, you have Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I like the names already. I think naming a cocktail is just as important as how good a cocktail tastes, because the first thing they look at is if it's appealing by name.
Yeah.
I saw Return of the Jedi. Already want to try that. That's tequila lime. Excuse me. A little bit of agave syrup. The juicy Jamaica. Which do we have one of those?
That's what we're having next. Yeah.
Nice. A juicy Jamaica, and then a little bit of spicy jalapeno or habanero tincture.
Tincture. Yeah.
Nice. I could probably substitute that. I actually have a tincture that I made myself from jalapeno.
There you go.
It's a little bit of thyme served on the rocks. That looks refreshing. So who came up? Was it the mixologist that made up these names too?
A lot of these, I want to say that Grace, the brewer's sister, Grace Stearns, she probably came up with the majority of these cocktails.
Cool.
But I'm like everything with them, it's always like a group effort and like a kind of like a think tank that goes into like these fun things. They get together like this, start drinking, and it's like, ooh,
I think that's how the best things come to be. It's just you get people, sit them down, give them alcohol, and say, do stuff.
Yeah. What should we call
as
it?
long as you're not driving or operating machinery, do the thinking and the talking.
Right.
Exactly.
So you ready to try the Jamaica one?
I am.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Let me get.
I was like, let's see. These little cups are making it a lot harder for me to get my alcoholism on.
Do you want to just use these?
Yes, I will actually.
Let's do that. Okay. So this one's the Jamaica one.
Oh, it's so refreshing though.
They're OG. That's the.
Do you want here? Give me
first
yours as well.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Tell us about this Jamaica.
So Jamaica is a traditional agua fresca that's commonly made. It's common here in Southern California. I mean, in Mexico for sure. Jamaica has been a traditional drink that has been drank.
Drink is okay. Cool.
As long as I've known, like that.
Have you ever made one?
Yes, always, often. You just boil the
it's
flowers.
just like a tea. So you get the hibiscus teas. I've done it once before too. I've made it in a cocktail.
Ooh,
actually.
Yes, that sounds delicious.
It was a hibiscus shrub, actually. Hibiscus rosemary shrub.
Oh,
So it's a thing in cocktails. A shrub is going to be kind of gives it a little bit of vinegar flavor actually, but then you have the hibiscus and a little bit of the rosemary in there too. It's all about the balance of it though. It could be overpowered if you put too much of the vinegar, but yeah,
it
that's
sounds
cool.
good. Cidery-ish.
Yeah, well, no,
too,
that's just an
and herbaceous.
ingredient in the cocktail too. So it's
Gotcha.
not you don't have to like just be sipping on vinegar.
Right. No, and if depends on how long you're steeping or brewing the actual
Leaves.
the petals, the
Yeah.
flower petals. Yeah, it can be bitter sometimes. Not so much bitter. It can just be extremely sour,
Yeah.
which I think is very delicious. Like you drink Jamaica without putting the sugar in it. It's almost citrusy. Like that's how like sour it is. It's floral and citrusy.
That's
but then
interesting.
the sugar balances out all of those things, makes it nice and sweet.
All right, cool. So now we have this. And then I'm actually curious, how did the whole company come to be? Because this is the first time I've heard of, obviously, your company, but then also the entire concept of just a hard Fresco sort of like alcoholic beverage.
It's Peter Stearns is the brewer, and there's Mauro, who's his business partner and investor in the company, and I think it started between them two, Grace as well, Pete's sister, and kind of started as this accumulation, again, of like ideas, everyone not living in the same place, but always spending time together as friends and family, and being very inspired by their environment and the like how they can relate with everybody's environment, even though they were living in different places. So Grace living in Mexico City always had this different cultural vibe that she was aware of, and they just everybody loves beer, everybody likes alcohol, so they just said,
this is true, it's a fact.
Yeah, so why don't we? Oh, and Pete has like he has a history of like food biology. He's a food biologist.
Oh, cool.
So
I don't know what that
his
is,
wife's
but
a chef.
it sounds like
Someone
food
that
scientist,
knows- yeah, something like
food
that.
doctor.
He like created like the cheddar bunnies for Auntie Annie's crackers.
I don't know what that is. What is
It's some organic brand. A lot of moms buy it for their kids. It's good. But yeah, so then Pete and Mauro collaborated. Oh, and Mauro also, he's the son of the owner of this tortilleria in East LA. It's called La Reina. So it's a lot of Mexican influence, a lot of cultural influence in the idea. Alcohol, also cultural influence. And then they wanted to just take aguas frescas, something that was already popular among a whole bunch of demographics, and spruce them up and be like, why don't we brew these and ferment these long enough to create an ABV, a drinkable thing, something natural, something nice.
Exactly. And I think this is a good area too, because like I said, I try not to go for like the lighter beers, but that's more because the beers tend to be a little bit heavier for me. Like I like a good cocktail or whatnot. But these, I think, are a good area because they are very drinkable. Yeah. And then the ABV is like, yeah, you know what? I will go for that perfect, like around 6% area.
Yeah, it's nice. It's easy to drink. You can crush them all day. You'll feel nice. Like you won't crash because it's not too sugary either. They're not too sweet. Yeah.
That's what I was noticing too. I was like, this isn't like a. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it isn't like an Angry Orchard type of like super sugary cider.
No.
That's usually the number one thing I get when everyone talks about a certain big name cider or anything like that.
Or Ace or things
or
like that.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
So sweet.
Unless that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But that's a different demographic, I guess you would say.
Or even it might be a similar one, but then they realize like, ooh,
true.
you know, there's different varieties of this. Like you can like all that sweet stuff or like the not so but you'll appreciate something that's a little different from that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's another different area of the spectrum that you should try.
You should. So
Salud.
cheers. Salud to this one.
Okay, so this one is a little bit sweeter. I like that too.
Yeah.
But still not super sugary.
No. There's some berry in there. You smell some like subtle cherry.
You know, okay, so I've had this one before. I don't remember it being this good. I'll be honest. I was like, this is a lot, but this is really good. I think it's because I really like the guava one so much that
I didn't bring.
That overtook. It's okay. I forgive you for that. You can send me some more later.
I
I'm just
will.
kidding. No, but the guava one, I think really liked it. But this is super good, super refreshing.
That's one of the best sellers for sure.
This reminds me of like a light sangria.
You could do so much with it. Like You can put red wine, like a cheap table wine, make an escamocha. Like you can.
What's that? I've never heard of that.
It's
actually.
a Mexican drink it's like a sangria-like drink that you mix. You mix wine and like a spritzer-like soda.
Oh,
type,
cool.
Something, yeah, and then I guess it's like a Mexican sangria.
Sparkly sangria.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I would definitely. This is really good and refreshing. This is already there. I don't need to do anything yet. So I was like, I could put this in a cocktail. I kind of don't want to though. I really like this.
This isn't, and this is the one you put in the Return of the Jedi.
Is it though?
This is
okay.
the one.
Then I want to make that actually.
See?
I'm gonna take a if you want you can leave that. If not, I'm gonna take a picture.
No, this is for you.
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
will stay here.
Yeah, because I wanna tinker around with these. These are really nice.
I also brought you this koozie, so you can. Keep
Oh my god! I guarantee you
cans.
100%. Ryan will steal this from me and drink out of it on the show.
Good.
Because I don't know what his thing is. He loves koozies, and if he's still watching, he might be at work or whatever, but he loves koozies.
Well, Ryan, that's not for you,
It's for me.
but you can use
But
it.
I'll keep it on the table when we do the show. We'll do that. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
These are really cool. I'm gonna put them. Where's the end one? Just for show right there.
Exactly.
Boom. Looks so refreshing. Looks so cold and delicious. All right.
Okay.
So what is the next one? I realize that it would be a bad idea for me to just finish every can between them.
No, we can do it. I think we can do it.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we could just keep going back.
Exactly. So I'll just keep them right there, and
the
then
ne-
they'll have more.
The next one I'm gonna give you. That one.
Ooh, we're good. We can put this closer.
Oh yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay. The next one is my favorite one from the original 3. The original 3 being, well, there's original 4 being Jamaica Tamarindo.
Also, can I say how much I love this thing?
Please do.
Look at this. All right.
We're very proud about our handles.
You can show the camera if you want. You're closer.
Here, yeah. So
So that's your tap handle, right?
this is our tap handle.
And it looks like
And don't mind my nails; they broke off. I'm at 70% right now.
every female is judging you right now. Just kidding.
So they get hand carved and then engraved with some hot, sharp tool to look like molinillos. And what those are things that people use in Latin America to mix hot chocolate. So
I was like, can you? Ooh, actually no. Would there be one that we can mix with chocolate at some point?
let me.
I would say
You mean beer?
no. Yeah, one of these that we would mix with chocolate. I'm trying to think if that would just overpower one of them though. Maybe the ginger.
No, you.
No,
I
I'm
know
not
one.
gonna say
No,
anything.
I know one.
Okay.
The horchata one, without a doubt, because you already put cinnamon in
right.
hot chocolate.
That is
so
very true.
if you put hot chocolate in that, I'm
gonna
sure
play
you
with this.
you can make a thing.
If
That-
Ryan were here, he gets so fucking annoyed because I'd just be doing this the entire show.
Oh, I have maracas in the bag too, I think. And then we also have little coasters that are the same. Again, don't mind my nails here.
Yeah, our friend Ricky C. Rest in peace, Ricky C. He collects coasters, or he did when he was
Aw.
alive.
A lot of people do actually.
Yeah?
Buttons and coasters. They're hot commodities at these events.
Okay, so I used to do buttons, but then I was like, my entire desk could just look like a mess because it was just covered in pins.
I have them on hats, on jackets, but there's only like after a while, I think you just have to trade them. You just trade and then don't hoard.
Are you a
them
Disney
anymore.
person at all?
But I'm not crazy about those. Like
The pin trading?
I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole.
My cousin, my sister, every time we're there, my sister is ridiculous. She has this like gigantic lanyard, a vest that she made herself, and she just walks in like all glittery and shiny. She's like, so shiny. And she's like trading all these like pins inside Disneyland and stuff. It's crazy.
They're so cute though. I can see how that's a thing.
Yeah, of course.
They
But
could-
I think it's for me. We come from a big line of hoarders, so I try my hardest to not
Yeah,
hoard anything.
I get it. That's why I'm saying like try to keep it. You bring one, you give one, like
Yes.
that. The one that you're least attached to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this one is the tamarindo one. We have 2 tamarindo brews. One is just sweetened with cane sugar at the end of the fermentation.
Okay.
And that is this one. And the other one we do dry hop after the fermentation.
So
And
the hoppiness, what does that change? Just the flavor of it and the aroma, or do you know like if it's in there for other things?
changes the flavor and aroma definitely. The density. The entire profile of the beer changes, but it also increases the ABV slightly. It just changes it. The palate's completely different.
Yeah,
because
I know, like, I mean, people love like hoppy IPAs and stuff. It's like one of the main things that's a big trend in beer nowadays. So this would probably be appealing to those people as well.
Yeah, and then the misconception is like it is hopped, so it's hoppy tamarindo, but it's not hoppy in that sense.
It's not
dank.
like a tamarindo IPA.
No, it's like it's
Although
definitely
now that I said that, I want it.
it's definitely tamarindo, and you'll see the difference between this tamarindo and that one.
Okay.
And it's funky. It's so tart. It's dry, but it's not hoppy when you think of hops like a traditional like IPA. That
Yeah.
piney,
citrusy.
Yeah, there's definitely citrus in
grapefruit
there,
rind.
but
Okay, so this is not the hoppy one. This is
Nope.
the tangy.
this is the tangy one. Cheers.
Salud.
And this one's very apple
Yeah, I was about to say
aromatic.
that. I was gonna say I could smell apple in this one. Wow,
That one's good.
it tastes like a gummy bear.
Yeah, like the pineapple one. I
Yes,
think.
it
Yeah, the
does.
white ones.
That is awesome. I was like, I should get some chile in here. Mix it with that.
That would be good.
That's really good.
Okay.
Okay, so I haven't tried this one. I've only had a couple of them, and this is now my favorite.
This one's good.
So this one was it tangy tamarindo, the juicy jamaica, and then the guava citrico. Those are my three favorites so far. But you still have a few more things that try and change my mind.
Right. I have. We're gonna have the hoppy one next, the hoppy tamarindo, and then after that we'll have the ginger cola.
That's cool. So like one of my favorite candies growing up as a kid, and today still, is pulporindo tamarindo candy,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
one is so cool because it's like, I mean, I never really cared for the lollipops.
No, me either.
Because they just like they're too sweet at the end, and then there's the one with the mango in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that one either. But the pulporindo, you just get like tamarindo and chili and
Yep.
sugar, and I loved it.
Yep. And now there's like tiers of them because now they have mango, watermelon, and pineapple ones, and they have the extra hot one.
I want that one.
I'll pick some up next time. Usually I take little candies like that, like to some of the like drinking festivals that we have.
Yeah.
And it's like a good palate cleanser for like the people who are trying them. They're
Tell
like,
me
"Can I
about
have
some
this?"
of the festivals if you could. Like I know like you haven't thrown a festival or anything like that.
No, not me
I've
personally.
personally only been to like a couple festivals.
Yeah.
I believe I think it might have been exactly 1 year ago. We got sent to Sierra Nevada's beer camp to cover that.
That sounds
And
fun.
that was one of my favorite things ever. Like somebody paid for us to go and try a bunch of different beer
Yeah.
and then talk about it.
That's the best.
Yeah, and so, but this one, I mean, this is gonna be. Do you go to those specific ones, or tell me a little bit about the festival life?
Yeah, we go to lots of different ones. We go to Brews at the Zoo. So it's a bunch of different breweries at this LA Zoo.
Okay.
And we're just the poor animals. I just thought about it. But we're
Oh, are you talking about the fire, or are you talking about something else?
No,
just because they're in the zoo.
They're in the zoo and
Oh,
we're
sure.
loud. Like there's music when we're drinking. It's at night. We're not with them like in the
Yeah.
cave, by the cave, but still, you know.
I know what you're talking
But
about.
it's fun.
Yeah.
We
No, I'm
don't
an
really
I'm an
think
animal
about
lover,
it.
so it's like yeah. There's some things like just try not to think about it
Right.
though. And then there are certain times where they like keep you away from areas like they're sleeping. Most animals though have a sort of backstage area where they go and
Yeah,
they're
you're
away.
right. They're not
So-
just out there.
Exactly. I think it's mostly the birds or something, and because I've been to the LA Zoo here,
Yeah.
and they have something. I think it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like a light show. You go in there, and the whole zoo is lit up.
I went to that.
Oh, did
one
you?
time, yeah.
Yeah, like the Christmas lights or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you're right. And that,
And then they keep you away from the animals that are, still out.
yeah,
They're like, please be quiet. They're sleeping. Go away.
that makes sense. I think they do a similar thing where they make the pathway of these brewery things like so
Yeah.
that it's not invading on the animals, I guess.
Although all I can think about is somebody getting drunk and trying to jump into one of these cages.
That's what I mean, but I didn't hear about any drunken
That's
zoo-related
good.
deaths. So yeah, it was good. So that's an example of one. Sometimes LA Weekly puts on, let's say, like sips and sweets, at the Santa Anita racetracks, and it'll be an array. It'll be vendors. It'll be breweries. It'll be cideries. It'll be cocktails. It'll be all the things that are relating to sipping and sweets. Also, like Ventura Brew festivals, a lot of beer festivals, a lot of cider festivals.
Ryan's actually commenting, so I know you're here. Look at this awesome koozie that they got me and not you. Just want you to know that, Ryan. Hope you're having a good time at work right now.
Aw.
Sorry, we like fucking with each other. Keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, those are the kinds of events that we participate in. They've been. I don't know if this was the third year or fourth year that they participated in Outside Lands in San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's a big one because I think it's like a couple weekends long, and they have their own booth there. They do very well. I've never been able to like check that event out. It sounds overwhelming. It sounds like a lot of fun, but that one has a great turnout, especially considering their only tap room in the States is in the Outer Sunset in San Francisco. So it's great for that reason. Yeah, we do a lot of fun events, lots of fun excuses to go to places and drink all the delicious things.
That's always the fun part. So like, I mean, I've never worked with a company to sort of sell anything, but I love going to the different events, and I understand. I've worked them as like event bartenders or whatever. That's actually how we met.
Yes.
And but it's so fun. It's like you are getting paid to work there. Yes.
Yeah, and
but
represent a company that you love.
So
like,
much fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's great. It really is.
This I can't get over how much I really like this one. Like the most.
I told you that this one is. I mean, not to say the others aren't. Everybody has a different palate.
No, absolutely.
You know?
I'm saying like I just like these far beyond everything. I was like, I like these. This is awesome. That's really refreshing. Unfortunately, we don't get to try the guava one, but this is so good.
Yeah.
I want a 6-pack now.
I might have one for you in the car.
I can guarantee you right now, I have a few friends that they don't drink beer or anything like that. They would love that.
I'd love to see that. Like, document that, please. Because I bet, like, I don't disagree with you. I have a lot of friends and acquaintances and contacts that I make that are always like, it's nice. It's refreshing to see these people like, no, ¿qué es eso? Like, I don't want to try it. And it's like, just taste it.
Exactly.
And also, you can't, if you taste one and that wasn't the one for you, it's like, oh, well, guess what? I had 6 other ones and they were all different. Like, I bet you one of them you would have liked.
Exactly.
So just give it a chance. And everybody usually is like, ooh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have one friend, she makes this face every time I give her an alcoholic beverage. I'm like, just try this, try that.
She doesn't like alcohol?
No, she doesn't. But she likes the effect for like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't like drinking it. She hates the flavor of any beer and most ciders, cocktails, unless they're super sugary. And she just has this one face where it's like, every time she tries any alcohol. I think that she would really like this one though.
She wouldn't make the face?
She would not make the face for this one. And I've like sort of tried to calibrate. I'm like, where are we at this? Where would you like this? You like that?
Yeah.
She'd like this, I think.
Good.
Too. Because she, like I said, it tastes like a white gummy bear.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, and it's in my percentage range. It's all good.
Yeah, they're all very close to each other in ABV, so nothing is below. I mean, if you round up, might as well be 6% too. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all.
All right, so where we're going after this now?
We are going to have the hoppy version of that.
Hoppy.
This is it.
Nice. Look at this can. Here, show that a little. That's pretty.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it gets like super overblown sometimes. There it is.
Okay.
Cool. Hoppy tamarindo. Tell us about this now.
So this one is our tangy tamarindo brew that gets dried hop. I think it's Cascade and Mosaic hops that we.
Mosaic's is actually a really good, like one of my favorite strains. I like that.
That get dropped in there after our quick fermentation process. And then it, like we said, it just totally changes. It changes the entire profile, the body, the color.
This one looks like a beer.
Yeah, it does. But then also, if you think about it, doesn't it look like tamarindo?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, because I know
Yeah.
because we're drinking, that's the first thing that goes in my head is like, that's a beer.
Yeah.
Nice. But no, it looks like tamarindo too. It is. I like the artwork on these. These are cool.
This one was the specific collaboration between both the graphic design team and art team in Mexico City and the street art team in San Francisco. So it was like mashup of artists, collaboration of brewers. It was a fun one to do.
And it's super simple too, because like on the ingredients it says filtered water, tamarindo fruit juice, ale yeast, and hops. That's it.
Boom.
That's awesome. So you're not like taking a bunch of like random shit and putting it into a can.
No. That's the difference. That it's a
Yeah.
lot close. I mean, it is like a craft beer or a craft cider. It's not like one of those mixed like cocktail drinks or
Yeah.
like seltzer water with,
Oh, God.
with,
I really-
natural and artificial flavors.
I have not
No.
found a canned or bottled or like pre-batched cocktail that I really like. Mostly because they're like, if it has like a citrus, it's hard to recreate a fresh citrus flavor. It just tastes chemically.
Yeah, no.
The
I'm not
only-
even looking for that, to be honest. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want a can. If there is one at some point, good.
Oh no, if you want to make a good one, please, by all means do that. I would love a good, canned cocktail that tastes
Yeah.
good. But no, the only pre-batch stuff you can do is stuff that is highly alcoholic, and I don't think they'll let you do that. So like old fashions, Manhattans, Negronis, those
I
are
wonder
mostly alcohol.
what's the limit. Like, can you do?
That's a
things
good question
like
because like the most famous one that I know of is like Buzz Balls, and those are just there's too much
that?
of.
How much percentage of alcohol do they
I
have?
want to say 20 something. So they're pretty high. As an actual cocktail, it depends on which cocktail you're going for. I don't actually know the ABVs of them because you don't package
Oh yeah,
them.
you're right. You're right.
But like if you kind of do math or whatever, it's like you take a certain percentage and then that percentage of that is alcohol. You could boil it down, but I've never done it. So like a spirit is about 40% alcohol.
Right. I would have just assumed you round it to the highest one. So it's
Yeah.
like if the thing that has the highest alcohol is 40, I'll be like, well, this little cocktail is about 40%. But
Well,
is
no, because
not
that
how
would be
it works?
taking straight. No, not at all. If you're taking a straight shot, a shot is 40% alcohol
Right.
of a normal thing. So, like, let's say you take a vodka shot or whatever.
Right.
Most vodkas out there are about 40% alcohol.
Right. But then what if you're putting like a whole shot of vodka in a cocktail?
Then you're diluting it, creating less percentage of alcohol per volume.
Ooh.
So that's why I'm saying it depends on the percentage of the entire drink that is the alcohol.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, like, let's just say a standard lemon drop.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon drop is sugar, water, vodka, lemon. That's it. That one would probably be around 30 to 20 or 30. In all honesty, is probably what it would round out to be.
Okay.
Because it depends on how strong your syrups are. If you use a simple syrup, and then how much lemon you do, which is not a lot. In all honesty,
Does the sugar bring the ABV up?
the sugar is hard because you would have to actually measure it by volume, which most people don't. They're just like, here's a cup of sugar, here's a thing of water, and then you just boil it and make a syrup. But you can't really, like, unless you weigh it all out, the accuracy in beers is much more than you would find in a cocktail.
That
the
makes sense.
accuracy in a cocktail is essentially cooking in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a chain, you kind of have to adhere to a certain thing, but there's still margins for what, like, if you see their nutrition facts,
Yeah.
there's margins.
Yeah.
But in like a mom and pop shop, like, no, there's like, here's a flop of that, here's a thing of that, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and it tastes good.
Yeah.
But
Can you imagine if there was like calories? Like this plate of tacos dorados is 3,000 calories. Like,
I actually feel like, okay, Mexican food gets a bad rap, but I think it's like tacos are good. Like, tortillas are the only carb you have in there, and as long as it's not dripping in oil, it's not that high in calories.
but I'm talking about the good ones
Yes,
that
I'm-
are dripping in oil. So
It's like, can I get some more oil in
Can I
there,
please?
please?
yes.
No, that's so funny that you say that. I just went to a brand new taco truck last night, and I was like, I was eating. I usually get burrito al pastor,
Yeah.
but pura carne. So
Oh.
I'm not the big.
And
fan
no
of that.
onions and cilantro. Just
No, yeah,
meat?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
And that's always the thing. I have to tell them because I'm like, if I say sin arroz y sin frijoles, they're like, and then I'm like, pura carne. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Like just meat.
Yeah, but then they're like, but do you want cilantro? And the boy's like, yes, I do. Of course. It
You
should
never
be.
know.
It should be a
no,
given.
No, it's not a
I
given.
feel like it should be.
It should be. I agree with you, but it's not. Like I know plenty of people who'll be like, oh, They don't want anything but meat.
The weird thing is I want like the shortest order.
Ah.
And I feel like the more questions you ask me, like, just give me a burrito.
Yes,
I'm
I want
hungry.
hot sauce.
It's like, put it all in there. Just make it good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But okay, so I was at a new taco truck.
Okay.
I got the burrito, which actually, I mean, side note, I got a really awesome buche taco.
Oof.
Buche is hard to get right. Some places do too dry or too old, whatever. This was great.
Okay.
And this is in Pasadena. The al pastor burrito, though, I was noticing the lack of oil.
Oh.
As far as like I was looking, I kept looking at my foil wrapper and I was like, nope, no oil yet. No. And then it was kind of dry.
That's not good. No.
The oddest thing, even though like King Taco is awesome, but it's not like the best of everything.
No.
I will say I enjoy their pastor a little bit better than most places.
Oh, okay. That's how I am about their asada. And there's like we have I like their suadero too.
Okay.
But and I hate their burritos because I hate their ashy flour tortillas.
Oh, I was gonna say you mean the size that it's the size of like a tiny little thing. I feel like it gets getting smaller. Oh, it does. I don't know why.
I hate those tortillas.
Do they like flour them afterwards, or like what is this? What is on my hands right now?
Yeah. So, but their meat, I think it's seasoned so in such a fun way. There's so much citrus and I think herbs in there. There's things. There's like bay leaves.
No, it's well marinated, and that's
so good.
I love that too. I agree with you on that one. I will say this though: the buche from the taco truck better than the buche at King Taco.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Same with the chicharrón because I like a good like fat rind or like, and theirs is not. It's like whatever to me.
I feel like I got like 3 pieces in a taco. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm not that thrilled about their chicharrón.
No.
But what else? There's a good taco, the best taco truck in Cypress Park. $1 tacos, and they have I think 7 different meats. So they have tripas, buche, suadero, al pastor, lengua, cabeza, and all the things, and they're $1.
That's awesome. I know. What am I drinking right now?
You're drinking the hoppy version of the tamarindo.
No, I know. But I was going to say explain a little bit more because I was like, I can
Ooh,
taste
it's
so
weird.
many
It's
different
funky,
things.
Right? Okay, so here, let's go.
So this is by far not as sweet as any of these yet.
No.
This is the least sweet, but you get floral notes, you get hoppy notes, so this has Cascade and Mosaic hops.
You get citrus.
A little tart in there, citrus, yeah.
Definitely tart and dry.
Yeah, very like this would be for like a wine drinker.
Is this nice?
Like you want.
So with this, because this is a little Pinot Grigio. This is a little, it's
Yes.
sweet, but it's still like
I feel fancy with this. This one goes in this glass.
Oh, there you go.
We're doing that. This is my stemless wine glass right
There
here.
you go.
I stopped putting stuff in yours because I didn't know how much you wanted, and I figure you're talking, so you can have as much or as like you do whatever you want to do. I'm just like, okay, I like this.
I'm gonna save my glass for the horchata one.
Okay, cool. We'll finish. That's the I poured some of the
Pepino limon.
Yeah, I poured that in there. So do that, and then we'll keep using this for you.
Thank you.
I like the glass though. I'm fancy.
So yeah, what do you think about this one?
This one is so much. Okay, this is by far the most different.
Oh, good.
Do you probably already know that. For my own taste, it's like tart, but I'd use it in a cocktail for sure. It has interesting notes. It's so light though, but if you're looking for dry, like this is a good one, and it's in the same vein as I want to say the pepino limon.
Okay.
As refreshing,
and it is in the same same ABV, 6%. Still a lot of that sweetness that you get in some of the other ones, the original, like the Jamaica, the guava, the tamarindo. That sweetness is cut in half, or at least it tastes like it's cut in half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed one thing that's in these it's not is like no added sugar in that one.
And this one, there is added sugar in the tamarindo, Jamaica, and the guava. We do add cane sugar, but even with the added sugar, the entire can, which would be like a serving, has I think 6 grams of sugar, including everything. So that's like nothing.
That's less than the fucking Coke. That's for damn sure.
I mean, I think Coke has like 30.
I was like, Coke
40.
is like that. That's sugar and liquid.
It's good though.
I know. That's why it's people love it.
Yep.
Just almost as much as real Coke.
Oh, more, I think.
Maybe actually, because you have you have a lot of kids that drink Coke.
I think more.
Exactly. This one's so cool though. It's so different. Okay, so this is also 6%. Okay, here's another question then.
Yeah.
Why is this one in a 16 ounce and this one's in these are these 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Is there any meaning behind the
Absolutely.
different?
We figured that this one would be marketed a little bit stronger to a beer drinking demographic.
I was exactly thinking this. It tastes
Yeah.
like a little bit, almost like a sour beer. I would be interested to see what my sister thinks about this. She is a fan of sours.
Oh yeah, a lot of people who like sours would
Yeah.
like. It's funky. It's like it's very funky.
And me, I am not a fan of sours, but it's not overpowering like a lot of them. They don't make me pucker up.
No, it's not abrasive. It's not vinegary at all. I feel like a lot of sours, when you get too vinegary
Yeah.
with some of them, it can turn the palate off. Like it's like being dry is one thing. Being dry and tart is another thing. But being like vinegary and dry and tart, it's like it gets like a lot. Like some of the Cider 101 ciders. Have you tried those?
Which one? Cider.
It's called. I think the company's called Cider 101. They have some really, really good ones, but then they have some really, really vinegary ones. And anyway, you should try them. They sell them at Whole Foods.
I'll try a bunch of different
Those
stuff.
are-
That's
those are
actually a good
Yeah.
segue. Where do you find these? Because I feel we've been talking about it for a while. Where would somebody be able to purchase these if they were interested?
Easy peasy. So now we've made it easier, the easiest. And people can straight up order cases to your homes.
That's awesome. Thank you for being a part of the world as it's coming to be. Because
Yeah.
nobody wants to leave their house.
Yeah.
I kid you
And
not.
to get booze, like, come on.
Booze or anything.
Yeah.
I was sitting here. I do this multiple times after work usually because I'm tired, and I'm like, I could drive to a restaurant that's about a mile or two away,
Right.
or I could look at Postmates and have them delivered to my house.
Right.
I was like, because I don't want to get out. Already sat in my chair. I don't want to get out of my chair.
That's it. You worked hard enough.
So you can send these straight to your house then.
Straight to your house. We have a delivery service, Sidekick, that this is completely aside from our distributors that distribute to our store locations. I guess their purpose is to make these smaller deliveries throughout the entire state. So we have that going on for us. And then if you are someone that wants to go and see what your options are in person, Food for Less, Vallarta Supermarkets, Northgate, Gonzales Markets, Targets.
Northgate, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I have a question. When people
Bethmo, of course.
when people mention these names, are they supposed to be in all of those stores? Because
They
there have
are.
been okay.
They are supposed
There
to
have been
be.
times where I'm like, oh, you can find it here, and I go in there like, no, we don't have that.
That
Like,
is
what the
true.
fuck?
That's the part. Target specifically is iffier for me because I go to Target often. But I know that in Northern California,
Yeah.
I guess the range of the Targets that are selling it or have it in stores is a little broader. But I do know it's in many. An easy way to just find it is if you go to like Store Locator and
on
then
the
you
website.
put like your zip code or wherever.
What's
you
the
are.
website?
It's hardfrescos.com.
Got it.
First page will say like, are you 21 and older? Yes.
Yes.
The very first thing after that is find us. And then you just find them.
Oh,
They're
cool.
like, because sometimes they can be on tap, maybe. Like maybe if you're in Santa Barbara.
Do you have some?
Yeah,
some
we
places?
do. We do. But most of them are up, at least in Santa Barbara and definitely up in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then where is it only mainly in California, or do you actually go outside the state somewhere?
All of the stuff that we brew in Mexico City gets distributed throughout Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Mexico, the country. And
The
so,
place?
You know, Mexico.
It's that place down there.
And so all the stuff that gets brewed in Washington State and in the Outer Sunset in San Francisco here gets distributed throughout the United States. And
Yeah.
then as of now, we're definitely we're being distributed along the entire West coastline. So Washington, Oregon, California. And then we're also in Arizona. We're in Idaho. We might be in Utah.
Idaho. I was like, a friend from Idaho. I wonder if she's still
Texas.
watching right
We're
now.
like creeping. We're creeping to the
That's
to
good.
Midwest, and we're gonna get all
Further
the way.
on.
We're gonna get all the way.
Oh, I wish you luck. Yeah, this is talking good stuff, and I think the thing that it's just so new to me. Like everyone is familiar with beers and ciders, and this is somewhere in between, and it's just taking something that is not only it's cultural too. Like,
Yes.
Like I don't care no matter what. If I pass by a place and I see they have awas,
Yeah.
like just regular awas, I will ask them because there's so many different ones too.
Absolutely.
You can make them so different. Like I think there's one of my favorite places actually in my old. It's not technically my hometown, but it's where I grew up after I was 11. El Monte, California.
Yeah.
There is a taco place. They have a bunch of like. I like to say experimental awas. They're not your standard ones that you would always find. So you'd find different mixtures of berries and fruits.
I like that.
And like basil watermelon and like it's like they make it
Yep.
really different.
Yeah.
And so
And if you go to the farmers markets like in Mexico City
Mm-hmm.
or the little stands that are out in Mexico, maybe throughout like LA too, in certain little like spots, but definitely over there, it's any fruit combination that you want, and it's like they're
And not
gonna
just
make
fruits.
it. Not just fruits, herbs.
I just tried a strawberry rose flavored one that was really interesting.
And the activated black rice.
Oh yeah, it
horchata.
was activated charcoal black rice horchata, and it was so weird because
I liked it.
I liked it too,
I liked
but
it
it
a
was so
lot.
different, and it was like smoother almost, but
Smooth
with texture.
and then it had the boba like gelatinous
Like
little
tapiocas in there?
yeah, that thing.
Exactly. There's so many things, and then that's just like this is just scratching the surface of what they could do as far as how many breweries come up with different beers. Like I find it so interesting that the same brewery can come up with so many different forms of the same thing.
Yeah, I
Like,
love that.
So Stone has been around forever, and I think that they have 1,000 different IPAs, like single IPAs
Yeah.
even. And so, like, you can even do the same thing. It's like you just change it to a different tangy tamarindo, or like a different strain of hops that you put in here,
Yeah, or like when they
you know.
start, they leave like maybe a keg of this,
Yeah.
and then that whole keg gets re-fermented,
Mm-hmm.
with other things. It's like, oh, you could do so much stuff. There's so
If
many
you could do like a
possibilities.
double tangy
Yeah.
tamarindo. If you give me a freaking 10% tamarindo hard awa, I will fucking take it.
See, Jamaica too. You could spruce that up a little bit.
I want this, but I want it 10%. I want it now.
We need the 16-ounce cans of that one.
Yes, true. I'll buy one and I'll just get a good buzz, play Fortnite. It's all good.
Oh, I'm about to buy Red Dead Redemption.
He's literally playing that in his room right now. My brother.
Oh.
I was like, you watching? You're familiar with Jason Lee? He's around here
just told
somewhere.
him to
He
drink
was
out of
even.
his
You
can.
saw his feet at some point. He likes to come around every once in a while. But no. So okay. So you play video games?
Sometimes I go through spurts, waves of like hermitness where I'm like, yeah. So in
Nice.
short, yes. Almost without the occasional like fighting one that I could just do for like a short period of time, or if
What's
there's
some
a
of your
lot
favorite games? Just off the top of your
RPG
head.
games. Like first loves were Oblivion. I played Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. I love
So console
those games.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And very one player.
You've never
RPG.
played anything like a WoW or anything like that, then?
No.
Okay.
Capcom versus Marvel, like fighting games like that. I liked Fallout, but then it got too hard. Damn cockroaches were too hard to kill. I like God of War.
Yes.
Never really got into Final Fantasy, but I feel like had I given it a chance,
You would have.
I would have been in this
I'm
fantasy
the same
world.
way. I swear.
Yeah.
So like, I always say this is like, here's some punches in my nerd card that you can revoke,
Yeah.
basically. And there's these things that I'm like, I know that I'd like it. I just
Yeah.
haven't because I can't give
It
my
seems
this
like
much of my
it's-
life to this.
Yeah, it seems like at this point it's going to take too much out of like I'm going to be living in
Exactly.
this fairy
Like,
life.
the thing that people give me the most shit for, as far as games go, are Final Fantasy. I've seen it. I've played it a little bit. I'm like, I like it, but I don't want to keep going because
Yeah.
there's so much. Every Zelda game. Every time I say Zelda, they're like, "You've never played Zelda."
So I have,
Uh-huh.
and they're phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
Like Zelda games are great, but I didn't. I was young. Like that was during a time where like my attention span wasn't all directed at like video games.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of different like artistic things, but like Zelda was cute. Zelda was really cute. Maybe that was the segue of the storyline. You know what I mean? Like going through a whole thing. I think that was probably one of the first reasons why I was like, oh, I love these storylines. Like I could just watch. And also Resident Evil on
Nice.
the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
I hate horror things, but I remember that storyline being so fascinating that I would just watch my brother play. and be like, wow, like this is like a movie. Like, what's going to happen?
And that's what I love about like video games and where they're going to now. For the most part, there's still obviously still a lot of cool classics, but the story that goes into a lot of these video games, I'm like, this is amazing.
I know.
Like you can just watch somebody play, and you're like, this is like a movie unfolding in front of me.
I know. And I do get excited about playing online, but then not as much as just doing like the story mode, because I want to get the extended PlayStation 4 edition, because I guess you get two different extra modules in it. You get two one-person storyline playing opportunities when you get the extended one.
Yeah.
You get this bank robbery thing included, and then some other extra thing. Extra mission.
For Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, for Red Dead.
I gotta ask him about
one.
that because he's playing it the entire time.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask him which one he got, but I heard the bank robbery thing is totally worth it.
Mm-hmm. There's also really cool videos online that I always watch. They're like unfortunate Red Dead Redemption things. Because here's one thing that I'll tell you. I have another friend, Ricky, rest in peace. He's playing that, and he always tells me how difficult it is because you can slip up super easily when you're pressing the buttons.
Oh.
He's like, you're talking to somebody, and you accidentally shoot them in the face.
No.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, because it remembers, and like you build this. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you motherfucker, you're the guy that's shot my friend. I'm like, I didn't mean to. It's like this controls, they're so small. And
oh no, and I have really fat fingers too, so I need to figure that out.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Because there's so many videos of like fails already on the internet right now where they're like, shit.
I don't like watching those videos though. They kind of kill it. Because I do it for other friends, like when they're playing, and I'm like, you can't pass this. So I'll look up like how to pass this,
this level,
or where is the chest with this shit, and I look it up, and it, it's detailed. Like this is what you do, this is what you do.
Absolutely.
And in seconds, you're like, oh, I did it. But then it's also like, it's not gratifying. Like
there's the thing. So it just depends on kind of what you want to do at the time, because there's certain times where I love the achievement of going through a whole game and getting through this tough thing. Then there's sometimes like, you know what, I'm going to turn on God mode, and then I'm just going to kill everyone with a single touch. Boom, 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 because it's fun. And it's a game, and you get to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It just kind of depends on whatever you want. The only thing is I like games where you can save, but then there's certain times where it's like you don't need consequences for certain things. I just want to play around and fuck around and like, you know, jump off a cliff and then like come back. I'm good.
I like that. I like that too. Like I just like playing my own way. Like I'm gonna run away from these creatures that are trying to kill me sometimes. You know, like I'm not gonna fight all of them.
And I think that's where Fortnite comes in. Fortnite is very much none of this really matters.
Oh,
you jump you jump in, and here's the thing. So like, have you ever played Fortnite?
No.
You've heard about it though, right?
Yes.
There's some cool things about Fortnite. My favorite thing is that one, it's dynamic.
Is it all pixelized? Is it like Minecraft?
No, not like that. It's not it's not like Red Dead where it's supposed to be real.
Right, but it's not pixelized either. So it's not like all like Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, no, it's good graphics, but not meant to look real.
And what's
it's cartoonish.
the storyline? What is the whole
Here's
point
the thing.
of it?
It's not a set storyline for the free-for-all version, for the online version, but it has a mini storyline that doesn't necessarily make sense. Like, you shouldn't follow it as far as looking for a story. But it's so cool because there's little events that change the map and change the gameplay and change this. And that's all you really need to know is like you don't have to follow this character, this character, this character.
And what's up with the dancing?
That's just fun.
But what is it? What does it mean, or what? How did that even come?
So basically, what it is the dancing is kind of a celebratory thing or a taunting thing. They're emotes that you can do that just whatever you think they can do. So like recently, last night, funny you mentioned this. Last thing I did before I went to bed was I played some Fortnite. I got a victory royale, which means I won. I was really proud about this one because it was in squad mode, which means I had to kill a shit ton of people.
Okay.
And so it was the last person, and then I shot this dude in the face. He died. He exploded into all his little gear that he left. And then I just hit my button, and I was dancing. And there's 10 people watching me because it shows you how many people watch you.
Uh-huh.
10 people were watching me, and I'm just like, fuck yeah.
And
and that's what the dancing is for that.
What about the dancing moves?
Yeah.
Who creates the moves?
So they license. Well, they talk to people. So here's the thing. There's some of them, and I just heard a story too. Have you ever watched Scrubs?
No, but I know what it's about.
Okay,
it's the
cool.
guy from Garden State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Scrubs, there was an episode where one of the characters, he made up a really cool dance.
Okay.
And that's one of the main dances in Fortnite. And so they had to talk to the creators of Scrubs to get the
Licensing?
I don't know if it was even licensing or just the okay to use it, basically.
And they got it?
And they got it. Yes, it's in the game.
Oh,
and then there's a bunch of
God.
ones that they just take from pop culture that I don't think you need licenses for them.
And
but
so it's the engineers that are making these dance moves.
yeah, the
then.
designers.
The designers of the video
yeah,
games.
exactly. The video game designers, and so all they're doing is basically putting it so you press a button and it makes your character move in a certain way, and it's funny because it's like you can use them like a victory dance, like you would at the end of like a touchdown, exactly, or you can do it to taunt somebody, like if they keep missing you and you're just like, come on, loser, like you can't fucking hit me. Something like you can use them in different ways, but they're essentially ways for you to communicate without having to talk.
That's cute.
And I like that because I hate Xbox and like the Xbox Live culture was something that happened where it's like everyone was talking while you're fighting, and all it is shit talking and vulgar
It's
and
never
toxic
part of that culture.
and toxic. And I
Bunch
like
of little kids telling
exactly.
you
He's like, your mother sucks cock in hell. And
my
yeah,
God.
no. So I like what certain games have decided to do, where they kind of they don't take out actually talking, but you don't talk to everyone. So you can talk to your squad, your teammates, or whatnot, and that's one thing. But when it comes to communicating with someone you're fighting against, it's done through emotes, which is the dancing, which
Yeah.
is different things that they have. It's not just dancing. So there's like you can do the loser face, you can spray paint little things. Everything that they have is designed for you to be able to communicate more, however you want.
Okay.
So my character has a few different dances because I like dances the most.
Uh-huh.
But they all are representative of the things that I like and I want to communicate to you.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
But the fun part about like Fortnite is like, yeah, you jump in whenever you want, do a couple things, and then that's it. Doesn't matter.
And then when you play, it can be either online or not.
Yeah, so I mean, Fortnite has a campaign offline mode. I don't play
People play just online.
That's the thing
the point.
that took people by storm.
That's okay. It makes sense.
Yeah, they still have a single player one.
But that's pointless, right? It's not funny.
I don't even know what it's about.
Okay.
I think there's zombies. I
Oh.
think there's
Okay. Zombies?
a zombie game.
This game just doesn't make sense still.
I can show it to you later. Not now.
I'm like, what?
Let's actually
Okay.
move forward. So we
Okay.
have these ones. How many more do we have?
We have two more.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next.
Okay. We had an ice casualty.
It's okay. You can just kick it in the fridge.
So the next one is here. Oh.
There it is.
There
Ooh,
you
ginger cola.
That's the ginger cola.
So this one, I'm almost. I think this is the most curious I've been because
Ooh,
a
it's
ginger
so
cola
good.
just sounds like a really good soda. But
Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
I'm tempering my expectations because I don't think it's going to taste just like a soda, but we'll find out.
No. Well, let's see. And look, again, the color with this one is very similar to the Happy Tamarindo one.
Yeah, a little hazy too.
Yeah, definitely unfiltered. Cheers.
Okay, salud.
Oh, smell that. Smell mostly ginger.
Wow. Okay. There's no alcohol in this one. Is that what's going on? You're trying to trick me?
This is not our soda version.
This is
have
dangerous.
We don't have any without alcohol right now, kids.
I
Don't
know.
drink any of these.
So all of these are about 6%. This doesn't even taste like there's alcohol in it whatsoever. It tastes like a ginger. Have you ever had a ginger beer?
Of course.
Okay, it tastes like that with like a little bit of that cola. I taste it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more ginger and I almost no alcohol.
It's alcohol. It's some ginger.
Thank you for reminding us
It's
that there
some-
is alcohol in
Some
it.
cola seed. Is it cola seed or nut? It's a seed, I think. It's a cola seed.
I don't even know what that means.
It's an actual seed that is. I think it grows on trees.
That makes sense. Comes from a plant, seeds.
Comes from a plant. These seeds, and I guess the profile of it is like anise, like
Yes.
that, you know. It's yeah,
It's like star anise.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of that like
licoricey.
yeah,
Ish.
but not a lot.
No,
Not
it's
like
not like a
you would
barista.
taste in like a absinthe or a Jaeger
Definitely
or anything
not.
like that. Not
Yeah.
at all. It tastes. Don't think of like a Coke and ginger. It's more like a ginger beer with herbs and spices.
Yeah, Definitely, I like
a nice,
that
It's
description.
like a nice spicy one. The thing that I still can't get past is the fact that it doesn't taste like it tastes like a soda. It does not taste like alcohol.
That's alcohol. I mean, do a test. Drink a 6-pack, see what happens.
It has so it has a faint taste of like Coke. Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
almost
but
in
that's
there.
the
Like
point.
the Cola, exactly. I would make this. This is such a okay. So I would replace a ginger beer with this for like a Moscow Mule
See?
for anything.
Oh, you can, without a doubt, you can do.
I'm doing it now.
Do
No,
it.
That would be, oh God.
Do
I wanna-
it. Do
I
it.
fucked up by saying that.
Yes. Now he has to do it. We're gonna
Irish.
Make a
All right,
new
we're gonna do
one.
an Irish Mule.
Okay.
A quick one.
Let's do it.
So Moscow mules and any mule is essentially a spirit, a little bit of lime, and a ginger beer. This one's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm gonna mix it with Irish whiskey.
Is there muddled mint in them or no?
Different ones.
Okay.
It's
That's
not
more a
not by
mojito thing, right?
It's not by definition,
Oh,
but
okay.
you can put them in there. So
Okay.
a mule boiled down is ginger beer and a spirit. And then you add different things to
Make it-
spruce it up.
Gotcha.
But that's the base of it.
Okay.
And I need to take this off at some point. Come on, guy.
Yeah, you see, we don't even have the
The cola on
the cola
ginger
on
ale.
here. And then a funny story about, because when I keep saying like our 3 original ones were the guayaba, the guava citrus, that's guava, pineapple, orange, and lime.
I'm not doing a full shot. Fuck this.
We have the jamaica, the tamarindo that are all OG. But also there was always a cola one that came in the package. And before there wasn't a ginger element brewed with it. So it was just called Cola Buena. When they just branded for the first time.
Yeah.
And they switched the name. They rebranded and thought the name through because Cola Buena was kind of
Fucking delicious.
It's good?
I would put lime in there, but I mean,
See?
just adding Irish whiskey and that together. Might put some ice in there. Actually.
Okay.
It's really good. I'll give you some right now.
Here, use some.
What? I say ice.
Oh, you're just going to get it with your hands?
Yeah. what would I do with those cups? I would get one ice
use
cube.
it like a scooper.
I would look at these fucking cups. I would get 1 cube.
They're biodegradable, these cups.
Well,
you
that's
guys.
very nice.
Okay.
They're also tiny.
That's why we're using so many of them
Yes.
so
It's
freely.
all good. They're biodegradable, guys.
No, they really are though.
It's good that you're conscious of that, though.
We care.
Sip, sip.
Let me try. Oh, that's even better with that.
Right.
Yes.
So Irish whiskey. Find yourself this ginger cola seed, and then I would recommend a little bit of lime in there.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Okay, so that was that one.
Yes.
So this was.
What is your favorite?
Cheers. It depends for which one because I have. See, of these 3, I like the tamarindo one. So if you're asking me about, because we have these 3 are kind of like our. Okay, see.
Oh, okay, yeah. Those are your flagship ones, I guess.
These are our flagship ones. These are our traditional mom and pop. These are the tamarindo, the jamaica, the ones that everyone kind of is the most familiar with. And from those, tamarindos is my favorite one. But from the other ones, I mean, I love the ginger cola. This one is my, this hoppy tamarindo one is my baby.
Really?
That's my one. I think that is, it's so different, like you say.
It is. I think it's a disservice to compare these to these because this one's the most different.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's in its own sort of category, I would say.
Yeah. But now that so I've only tried the horchata ale that they just newly released. It just got brewed, just got canned. I don't even think they have any kegs of it yet. But I tried this, and oh my goodness, this.
Okay, well now you're tempting me already. It's all good.
So good. But yeah,
Awesome.
I would say just tops would be these 3. So green, blue, gold.
Okay,
for me.
nice.
Yeah.
I actually ordered them because I was going to tell you mine.
Oh,
this
here.
is exactly my order, and I want to put this out
Ooh.
of the way because it's different. It
You're
is.
like, I don't even want this in my
No,
order.
I do, but it's just like it's a different thing completely. That one I want to try more of because I want to see where I would put that as far as when I would drink it, because there's so many different times that you would want something different.
And with something like this, I also feel like I notice over time too, because I have sometimes accidentally, like, product gets crossed or left behind, and I have like a couple cases in my house for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
This changed so much from the first time that I had it, like to my palate. Yeah, like the first time, it wasn't as tart, wasn't as sour. It wasn't as complex even. And I think over time, this one specifically does beer things. Like this one definitely, you're right, not to include it in kind of that family, the more cider family versus like beer.
Exactly. Well, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like a sour beer too.
Yeah.
So it'd be over there. But I cannot say how much I love this fucking.
I'm so glad you did.
The tangy tamarindo.
Oh, yeah.
I would make all of my mules with the ginger cola. And this one is still delicious. I want to go back to this at some point. There's still more in there. So the Jamaica, delicious. And this is super refreshing. And that's if you want something really dry.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something funky.
Yeah.
Something weird. Yeah.
All right. So let's move forward. This is the last one. Then we can get into some more stuff too.
This is the last one, and I am so excited about this one.
I'm actually gonna get a different glass because I fucked up.
You have to. No. You didn't fuck up. That cocktail is great.
No, I fucked up by putting it in the glass, and now I need another glass for this.
Here, let me show everyone.
Ooh.
Wait, can you see it?
A little bit more. There it is. Perfect. Cha Bless.
Yes. So this one is a collaboration series with Seven Stills Whiskey Distillery.
What?
And Hard Frescoes. Seven Stills Whiskey distills up in San Francisco, and they share a tap room with Hard Frescoes up there. So
I solved my problem.
I'm excited about future collaborations between them two.
That sounds cool.
But yeah, this is their horchata ale. And
So this one's actually an ale then.
yes,
So this one is beer.
this one is beer.
What?
This one's beer.
Okay, so that's super interesting because it doesn't even look like it has. So horchata, it makes me think of a little bit more darker color than this. This is lighter than even the tamarindo.
Yeah, definitely. Here,
That was a perfect pour. Good job.
I'm a professional.
Look at it, seriously. There's a perfect split for pour. Good job. Boom.
Woo!
Ooh.
You guys,
That's
you don't understand how delicious this is.
I would not expect that smell to come from this color of a liquid.
Doesn't it remind you tiny little bit of cereal? Like, what is it? Maybe because
Yeah.
they eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch or something? Or
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get some maltiness in there.
There's definitely malty.
Malty,
Delicious
cinnamon.
malt. Honey. Some like...
What the shit fuck? Give me this. Give me this bottle. Or this can right here. What is this?
It's delicious,
What is this
right?
magic?
It's so good. I know.
It tastes like... Okay, so my favorite cereal growing up is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
See? It's weird that I said that because I think when I was smelling it, I've only tasted it once.
This,
other
okay,
than
so
this
I
time.
want to say this, though. This tastes more closer to French Toast Crunch, but it's still really good.
Maybe because I'm not familiar with those cereals as much, but yes, I can see why French
If
Toast
you
Crunch
know the
would be
difference,
more.
it's very similar, but French toast is just a little bit more sweeter.
Okay.
So like French Toast
Eggier?
Crunch. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You get the eggy,
Yeah.
this is the, and like imagine like syrup and a little bit of the eggy bread.
Yep.
So that's the French
There's
toast part.
definite
Cinnamon
maple-ish.
Toast Crunch was more hard, just like cinnamon and sugar.
You're right.
This is French Toast Crunch beer, and it's amazing.
It's
Wow.
so good. It's light too. It's not heavy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or-
You know what? To be honest, I don't even know what's the ABV on this one.
I was looking for it. I can't find it. It's all like 20%. And it's like, oh, I'm going to die now. But I'm going to die happy. That's
No,
fine.
it's not.
7.5. Give me a case of these, please. Please.
I need to get my hands on those. Sarah's Market in
This is going to the front,
in
by the way.
City Terrace.
That's my
Thank
favorite.
you.
This is my favorite.
That's what I was trying to. I wasn't trying to hype it up, or I
No.
was, but I meant it.
No,
This
I'm
is
glad, dude,
beautiful.
because it's like I when people hype things up, I'm like, shit, don't do that, because what if I don't like it as much?
You
What if
cannot
this?
like this.
That is. And you guys know if I don't like something, I'm not gonna say I like it. Like
can't.
I literally ordered these, and exactly I would fucking take this over all of them. But I love these. I want this.
It's good.
Bad.
Yeah, I'm very happy about what happened with them. With this brew. This is magic.
This is magic.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to tell me where to get that now. And
Okay, so
yeah, again, let's reiterate where people can get
the
this.
Chablesse is going to be very limited. That one you should absolutely put your orders in through our website, or I'll get in touch with, if you guys are local to like LA, in City Terrace, there's a little liquor store. It's like a mom and pop run. Sarah and her husband Steven are the owners. They have pop-ups in front all the time. These people have a legit amazing like variety of craft beers from all over, like nearby and far. And I know that they just ordered a few cases of the Chablesse, so you can get them there. But I'll get in touch with Sarah and make sure that we have them stocked there, at least for now. Other than that,
What's the store called?
it's called Sarah's Market,
Oh, Sarah's Market. I'm coming for you.
right on City Terrace Drive. Yeah, you have
for it.
like go.
Okay, I'm gonna do this thing. Sarah's Market. You better get ready. Because I'm about to bring a truckload of... No, I want to get a truckload of beer. So get prepared. Because...
I want you hosters to get me a fresh case of beer first thing in the morning.
First,
Oh my God, it's so good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So...
So yeah,
okay.
that's
It's
the lineup.
rare that I'm just like kind of awestruck by a beer, because
I'm
I've
so
had
happy to hear
a
that.
lot of fucking beer.
Same. But that's what makes it exciting. Like you can't get tired of it.
Yes.
As long as you keep having the same shit over and over, but
And-
you were not. So.
And that's kind of
Yeah.
the thing. Like I have some things like, oh, I really love this, but I don't always buy those.
Right.
I'm like, I want to try something new.
Exactly.
When it comes to beer specifically, I love trying new stuff.
Definitely.
And the fact that I right now I'm in this weird thing where I like these sort of anomalies, enigmas.
I like
almost.
that.
I want to
very
use
experimental brew type thing.
so there's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
His name is Jeremy Northwood. He is a home brewer, and he's aspiring to have his own brewery at some point.
Yes,
But
go Jeremy.
He is doing some experimental stuff that I love. The most recent one is actually a dark, hazy grapefruit espresso IPA.
That sounds so interesting.
And it's so weird because it's so many things that shouldn't go together but also do go together.
Absolutely.
And when you try it, it's like your tongue is confused but happy.
I like that.
And it was so good. And it was 10%, and I was happy. And it was so good. And I was like, what is and I like that versus like the traditional. Traditional is awesome to start with, but then I like these experiments. This is, and I'm sure I'm biased because of like my affinity for was it not Cinnamon Toast Crunch, French Toast Crunch,
But I don't.
cereal.
Like you see,
And
like
then
I
I'm
haven't even
it brought
had
me
that
back to my
same-
childhood of beer.
I love that. I haven't even had that one, but I couldn't, because I was like, I'm very. I love the descriptions that beer nerds have for, and I think we talked about this too when we just met when we were. I think they're hilarious, some of them. But I think they're hilarious because, one, I get it in the sense where it's like, that sounds retarded. Like, why are you calling it a sweaty horse saddle?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you
Like
know,
the weird things that you come up with as far as flavors go. It's like, oh, there's a lot of it tastes like pencil lead.
Yeah.
I'm like, when have you eaten pencil lead?
like old grandma leather couch.
Yeah.
Like,
this is like.
but I
is
get
that
it.
cat
I
piss?
totally get
a little
it.
bit of cat piss in there.
cat piss in the springtime.
In the springtime, exactly. You can taste
Springtime
it.
by the marsh.
Exactly. There's some dog shit, but morning dew dog shit. So it has a little bit of
Some
the.
freshly cut grass. There's some dog
cascading.
shit in the grass.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I
of
really appreciate these
like
descriptions.
Garden stone. Garden stone. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
who's
garden
coming up
gnome.
with these?
Garden
It's just
gnome.
like garden gnome. Who is coming up with these? No. Food.
I
It's
think that
food
shit's
and
funny.
beverage should taste like things that you should put in your
It's like,
mouth.
who the fuck is licking sweaty horse
Yes.
saddles, man?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
but
like-
you know there's
And-
people
and-
licking
well, and I
sweaty
get-
horse saddles.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. This is what I get. Okay, it tastes a little bit like,
Like when someone pees on you and then it dries. That's what it...
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. You guys know that, right?
You know, that taste,
Yeah, just like that.
that smell.
Tastes like, what is that? Is that, yeah, day 6 hobo. Day 6. Day 6 hobo. You can smell them from down the street. Yeah, right there. Not this beer, but we're just saying
In general.
in general, these weird tastes that
I love that.
people come up with, and I'm just like, whenever, because I mean, I was telling her that I'm not the biggest wine aficionado, but that is where I hear most of this. They come up with like weird stuff, like different rocks, and you were saying like the saddle, and like I've heard someone say it tastes like old leather.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Old leather,
but not in a
leather
negative
jacket,
sense. Not in a negative sense. It's like
cigar
that's part.
room.
Yeah.
Or all these things.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that just sounds like horrible stuff I would never want around me ever.
But sometimes it works because sometimes I'm like, oh, this tastes like people put a couple put out
Cigarette
their
butts.
cigarettes in my beer.
3 cigarette butts.
It's not ashy, but it has that flavor. And it's not that I hate it. I'm not
No,
saying
yeah,
that
I've
I
had
hate
that
it.
exact beer,
I'm just
but it's
saying-
usually at a punk show.
Yeah.
It's at a punk show, and I'm like, that's 3. That's 3. What is
No,
that?
mine
That's
really-
American Spirit. That's American
At
Spirit.
least
in
you
my
have the
book.
organic cigarette butts in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I only drink organic cigarette butts.
Same.
And then you go up and you're like, what is that? That's Swisher Sweet right there.
Oh no, I would not even get close. But this is totally French toast cereal.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because I mean, you were right. Did you say honey earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is awesome because I just recently had a braggot, and a braggot is actually a beer made with honey.
Oh, it's like a mead, but not.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like just like how you were saying with the ciders, how they have to have a certain appearance.
Absolutely.
A
Yeah.
braggot is a beer, but with honey.
That's
And,
awesome.
and it was not nearly as good as this.
Oh, really? I mean, I just recently had a mead from Arizona, Superstition Brewing.
Okay.
Peanut butter jelly marshmallow something.
These are the words that I want for my drinks.
And it was fucking phenomenal.
Peanut butter jelly marshmallow.
Yeah,
Sounds like the best shit ever.
It was, and that's what it tastes like. It was like,
It's even better.
like it was layers of
Yeah.
peanut butter jelly marshmallow.
And so like I've said this on the show before,
Yeah.
but I have this thing against a certain brewery.
Oh,
And it's nothing personal. I've never met anyone from there, but every time I buy their beers,
drama.
they get me every time.
Who?
Brew Rebellion.
Oh, okay.
Brew Rebellion has these amazing looking labels, amazing names. They're usually like cereal milk or like something like
and garbage doesn't live up to the
does
name.
not live up to it whatsoever. I'm like,
Gotcha.
this is
Yeah,
and they're
no,
expensive too, which sucks.
no.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I remember the first time it was a Saturday morning cartoon, cereal milk or something like that, and like it tasted like
It should have been this.
It should have been this.
But the great thing, hard Fresco's later on, you can just rename this beer French Toast
This is-
Nostalgia.
exactly.
And it'll be the same shit.
And
if
that's
you-
that's what got me too. By the way, it should. I mean, that's the marketing part. So I'll give it to you, Brew Rebellion.
yeah, that they're smart on that.
Yeah,
note.
I see. Every time I see the bottle, I'm like, that looks amazing. But no, I've been hurt too many times.
But you see,
been hurt too many times.
and
Your
that's-
strawberry milkshake bullshit.
yeah, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Because then for like something else where it's like, okay, you're younger, like nobody knows your name. But the minute that you go down the line and taste all of this, no one's betraying you, no one's lying to you. Like you're getting some like funky, interesting taste, but at least you're not getting garbage. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm a sucker for like a good can too. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I love our brand. Our branding is beautiful, I think. But
I
it's
agree.
very it's very.
This is interesting.
It
So
doesn't
what
try to
is this? This
mislead
is the
you.
most different, obviously.
That one is because it was the collaboration that
Yeah.
was definitely
It's
appealing to that craft
literally
beer
looks like
cultish world.
like a razor just taken off of the thing, but it's not. It's
no,
only-
it's not. That's the way
Yeah.
the label split, and then it has kind of like the the chrysanthemums, the Dia de los Muertos like staples.
Oh, okay.
So
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because that's when it was like
So I saw
kind of
the
released.
hops.
Yeah.
And actually, Ryan would be interested. Ryan has this tattoo, but have you ever heard?
Rosaries with the hops.
Well, have you ever? No, not the hops.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of the band Him?
Yes, Bam Margera.
Yes, exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
So the heartogram symbol, he has this exact tattoo with a heartogram right here instead
Oh
of.
shit.
And so like yeah, it's
what was
really
it?
really
Vil
cool.
Velo?
It's it's a Willy Wallow
Oh.
because it's not in Hung. Was it from Hung? No.
But yeah, that
Finland.
man had
Finland.
that voice.
So yeah, great voice. Yeah, dude. We all tried to do it when we were
I
kids.
can
But
never.
the worst part, we did it in high
Yeah.
school, and we were like barely out of puberty, like
No, well, at least you could do the high pitched one.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Funniest story. I actually with Ryan, I covered right here in my arms. I don't know if you heard
my God.
that song.
Yes, of course I
Okay,
have.
good. And we had our high school band, and we're just like it was so cool. We're like, "What's up? We are
No,
we call ourselves
stop.
Lithia. Love is feigned and all."
Oh my God.
And I was the guitarist.
Oh
Ryan was a
my
singer. And it was like, "We'll be right here, or she'll be right here in my arms." So we love, and then we're just doing that thing. It was fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
But like to this day, it's still one of our favorite bands. Of course, they broke up. Obviously, apparently the drummer.
I didn't
got
even
sick.
follow them. It was the only reason I knew about them is because Jackass was such a big thing.
It was, and that's
that-
why most
that
people got into
that
it.
culture was just like
The
we
oddest
were aware.
thing is that
Yeah.
like Ryan showed them to me, but it was just before any of that. This was like in
Oh, I get it. My girlfriend Ashley,
Yeah.
like I had some high school, like this was 9th grade. This
Yeah.
was like some not goth but gothy
Yeah.
friends that I had, and they were well aware of like this.
They're like,
aspect.
"Oh, now everyone
But then-
likes them."
Yeah, but then we connected with the sense like, oh, I know them too. She's like, but you don't know. You don't. It's not a Jackass thing. Like,
no.
Okay.
But that was
whatever.
yeah, exactly. I found out all that stuff
Yeah.
afterwards too. Like I think they blew up in like 2004 ish.
Oh shit.
And like in 1999 ish is when I started to be aware
See,
of them.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And then so I heard of them first. Then Jackass came out. I don't remember when it was exactly, but
that sounds
Ryan,
about right.
Yeah, literally. And this is the funniest thing. Before iPods even existed.
No, iPods existed when I was in high school because I bought the first fucking iPod when I was in 10th
No, they did.
grade.
But
Yeah.
this was before they like. I'm talking about whenever I heard them. My
There
friend,
was no iPod there.
No.
There was the CD players.
No, this was MP3 players
Or MP3.
very
yeah.
first version.
Yeah.
Like I have 8 songs. You have eight whole songs? Yeah, 8
Yes.
songs. You could carry 8 songs on this fucking gigantic random. Like it was always a different shape too. It was never like iPod like made it a
The
rectangle.
square-ish or
I remember
rectangular.
it was like a blue weird. Remember Yak Backs?
No.
Okay, so it was just weird. It was supposed to be like it was just a weird shape, but it was just like a blue random thing you could put in your hand, and there's like okay, cool. And he had 8 songs. One of them, the very first song I remember, is Sigilian Table, and I'll actually play it in a little bit right
Okay.
now. But I can't play it because I can't play it without us talking because we'll get pulled off of the internet. It's copyright stuff.
Oh, okay.
But just
So we
like
can't
this,
really listen to it well, but we'll
well,
hear
have
it
you
in the
heard of that
background.
song? I can play a few seconds.
No,
I'll
I
play
have it.
I'll play a few seconds.
I knew exactly what you meant with right here in my arms because that song,
Yes.
that was the one. That was their banger.
Oh yeah, that was one of the very first ones. That was
yeah.
definitely all right. Cool. We're gonna put this real quick, and then we'll listen to it a little bit, and then talk, and then listen to it a little bit. You just can't let it play for too long.
Yep, this is the
So-
CD cover I remember everyone being all about.
This is the very, very, very first hymn song that I've ever heard in my life, and it literally changed. It changed my life. I guess you could say it was as
Aww.
cliche as that is. But like I said, just can't let it go play for too long.
Okay. Do you know the exact? Yes, I definitely
You've heard
know
this
the
before?
song. Yeah.
There you go. And then I was like, Ryan gave this to me in the headphones, and he's like, listen to this. This is like one of my new favorite bands. And we were like
Yeah, I definitely
11 or
remember
12,
this, yeah.
I think, at the time. And I was like, what the fuck? This is awesome, dude. And granted, at this point, like my parents grew up in like the disco age. I had been
Aw.
I've been hearing a lot of like their stuff and a little bit of like classic rock,
No,
of course.
but his voice
this is
resonates.
very different.
It's so different, but
Yeah.
it reminds me a little bit because like I like mostly like. I mean, I'm eclectic with music, but this
Yeah.
reminds me of like when I'd hear like punk, and then I heard Misfits, and I heard Danzig, and him compared to everyone else to me was like, you sing beautifully. Like your voice is so different than these other screaming ones. Same with him. Like this one, it was like, like you still have these like
Yes.
thrashing like little
it's hard, like it's metal,
yes,
but your
voice
voice,
is, yeah.
And that's I tell this to Ryan and like all my friends all the time. I am very much a voice person. I love metal, but I really love when I can hear. So like they get mad at me because I'm like, you know what I don't like? Megadeth. You know why? The fucking lead singer, you can't understand anything he's saying.
Yeah, no thanks.
And yeah, I'll get shit for this. But I don't care. Like I'm saying, like. Like Dave Mustaine, he's a guitarist from Metallica. Then he started Megadeth, but he's a singer, and I'm like, stop singing. No one wants to hear you sing.
But people do, I guess. Some people like that.
I guess
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's fine.
It's all a matter of opinion. But when it comes to any music, if I can't hear like your voice or I don't like your voice, I'm not gonna listen to you.
Dave, I mean, even for like hip hop or rap or anything, yeah, your voice is a huge, important element of why I'm going to want to keep listening to your music.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, this is the first time I heard this. I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's like it's hard, but it's also this really, really good singer. And then like kept going into like different things and listening to different stuff. But yeah, this was definitely my
And what is he?
childhood.
He's Norwegian or what?
Finnish.
Finnish.
From Finland.
Willy Vello?
Willy Wallo.
Willy Wallo.
Well, that might be embellishing it, but you know how V's are W's in Europe? So like a Volkswagen is a Volkswagen?
Volkswagen. So he's not Will Velo, he's Will Wallo.
I don't know the exact accent, but yeah, like Will Wallo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, you can guys say Vil Vallo. Like the first time I heard Vil Vallo, and then I understand like different languages now, and then it's like it's closer to like Will Wallo.
Then the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Which is funnier too.
That is cute.
Willy Wallo.
That's a cute name.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, they already got it. Yeah, Megadeth is awesome. I'm sure they are. I'm not saying the band's not good. I'm literally just saying that I hate Dave Mustaine's voice.
Oh, he knows the MP3.
And he knows the MP3 player too, apparently.
Amer, what's up?
What's up, dog?
Let's see pull it out. Let's see the MP3.
But no, because I remember in high school, I remember the very first iPod because somebody showed it to me. I'm like, what is this? It's so weird.
I had this ancient. My daughter's dad still might have this. His that I gave to him. There were two identical ones, and they were just boxy, beautiful little things.
Yeah, it was like it was like an inch thick.
Yes. So
and but it was actually like rounded, so it wasn't very sharp. You had a clicky wheel. You're like,
you had your circle little thing. Yep. Yeah.
And then it had forward buttons on the top, right? Yeah. Yes, it did.
4 buttons on the top.
No, sorry. Above the spinning wheel, but below the screen.
No, weren't the buttons okay? So you could hit the circle thing. What were the 4 buttons?
No, I'm going to show you the very first iPod right
it might have been the second one then. No, it was the iPod Touch.
Oh, okay. So yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I remember the very first one. It's that one.
Okay,
let
me see.
No, that's 3rd generation. Jesus, even.
Oh my
Give me a
God.
second.
No, you're right.
So
mine was the
1.
first iPod Touch. My bad.
Got it. Is that the Gen 1?
I don't know what that is. That can't be.
No, that's what it's saying, at least the internet.
No.
Where's the one I'm thinking of?
I
This
don't
one.
even
That
remember
one. This is the one I say.
Oh my God, I don't
See it?
remember that one either.
There's 4 buttons, clicky wheel, tiny screen.
Yeah, no. Mine, no 4 buttons.
But then first generation, it also has this one, which I don't even think I've ever seen.
I feel like that one looks more familiar.
I don't know. Okay, so the iPod Classic, I always love that. I've had that forever.
Which one's that?
It looks like it, but it's more touch screeny. But you get a clicky wheel.
It's like the iPod Touch.
Here you go. iPod Classic. It's this thing.
Yes, that's the one.
So this is like 4th, I think, generation. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so I have one of these still.
Those are beautiful.
But I also have an iPod Touch. Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference between the iPod Touch and the Classic?
The Classic is all controlled by this clicky wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the iPod Touch is just like an iPhone, but with without the phone capabilities.
Okay, so then I'm talking about the Ipod Classic.
Yeah.
Now that we've
Established what the
established all of
Okay,
these things.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
So
No, it
iPod,
wasn't that high tech in 2002.
iPod Touch. This is exactly what I have.
No.
And just you,
Not it.
it's
No,
an
no,
it's an
not it.
iPhone, but you just don't.
No, classic.
You don't call anyone. Got
Classics with
it. Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so but I remember being in high school and seeing someone pull out the first iPod with the spinning wheel and the buttons. I'm like, what the fuck is this magic?
Oh,
It holds more than 8 songs?
damn.
Jesus.
I remember that's how I found out about like Jay Dilla and like a bunch of like. So you get these iPods or you get these things and it's like, wait, I can put more than 8 songs in this. So what do I put? So the first thing you do is like, hey friends, how many of you guys have a bunch of music that you guys can give me?
Yeah.
And then it's very limited amount. But I was very fortunate to have some of those friends be people who had like some good fucking
Music.
collections of music.
Yeah.
Hip hop instrumentals, a bunch of shit. So then, you know, when you're just like repeatedly playing the same stuff over and over, you grow to like, oh man, this is good. What is this? Like, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
That's how
I remember
felt.
still my freshman year I still had a CD binder of
Oh,
everything.
I
Of
had
all the
an
mixed
RC
CDs
I
of different ones.
I had that was like one of the most nostalgic things to like get rid of. I remember the Kanye being all crazy event because I really liked
The
my
first
old
time he was
Kanye
like-
CDs,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's
Oh,
it.
yeah, of course.
I'm throwing these CDs away."
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
never got mad because I was like, I already have these and I like it.
Well,
so fuck it.
But I don't need them in the book form.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I took it out on my CDs, and I was like, "Why do I even still have these?"
Snap.
These need to go. They are taking space up, and yeah, got rid of all of the CD collection because it's like I don't even have a CD player.
I feel like if I looked, I might still have CDs somewhere.
I have a CD in my car, but
Do you?
yeah, but it's not something like I even
Well,
listen
okay,
to.
so-
It's
so
just, like,
and here's the-
there. I
yeah.
think to like
CDs are still relevant in the sense that like I get a lot of stuff to play here. Like people will give me CDs, like here, show them where you can get the CD. I'm like, that's
Oh.
cool. Like, or you can just like Dropbox me. Like I'm not gonna.
right. That's
But-
what I figure.
and
Or SoundCloud.
I'll tell you right now,
or
I have
stream it.
one of the bands that was on the podcast. They gave me a CD, and it's stuck in my car.
Oh, it's literally stuck.
I can't get my CD player to get it out, to spit it out. It's like.
That's the worst.
I'm like, cool.
But it's okay. You don't need CDs. Do you have an
No.
aux cord?
No, Bluetooth.
I don't even have Bluetooth in my car. So,
Well, no, I bought a transmitter.
oh, I should
Because
invest in
mine's mine.
something like
Okay,
that.
so I drive right now. I drive a 2004 Accord.
Okay.
I'm thinking about actually getting a new one really soon. So, but right now, that was the year right before they installed Bluetooth and everything. 2004 Accord, and so. But what I got is just a Bluetooth transmitter. It plugs straight into the little
That's smart.
thing, and then you set your. You can change all the different stations. So like I travel. Whenever I travel, stations change.
Oh yeah.
So you have to change the knob with it.
right.
But then I can just play my phone, my iPod, whatever I want.
I like that. That's what works for me too. Except for when the iPhone changed their.
The stupid charging port. Yes. Okay, so I have a charging
So
thing.
then all my aux cords were incompatible, and then I was ordering some from Amazon. This fucking bullshit. I paid it wasn't expensive, but I bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
And what happens was I put it in my phone, it works. I'm like, yes, I got music. Then it says this accessory is not compatible with iPhone. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck.
Like fucking iPhone and fucking China. Get your shit together, my God.
Fuck that.
Fuck you guys. And so then I just had to beg friends who had not lost theirs and weren't using them
Yeah.
to donate one. And I have one now.
Oh,
So
good.
We're good.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, this is one of the main reasons I keep my iPod.
Let's drink more beer.
Yes, we should. All these are filled
You have
still.
to finish this one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Best one.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm saving it. I just chugged all the other. I love these. This is fucking so good. Oh.
This one's my favorite, so I don't feel bad about drinking. Ooh, but okay, so
Yeah.
I just put the hoppy tamarindo in the cup
Okay.
with your horchata. Was just smell it.
Yeah, I want to try that.
Okay.
I was like, you were tilting. I'm like.
I haven't tried it, but how it smells is weird.
It's good. No, the same thing because when I put this in here after the ginger cola,
I
like mixing these.
I figured that would be like a complimentary thing.
I'm gonna put a splash.
Yeah.
I splashed the ginger cola. In there.
Excuse me.
That's fucking delicious
See?
too.
Yeah, I figured.
Boom.
I figure ginger, cinnamon.
Yeah, all this works together, and this is why I like cocktails.
Yeah.
You can customize every little bit.
Beer
about
too,
it.
though. You can blend beer all the time.
True,
There's so much blending going on.
but
Yeah.
it's lots more of a less. It's more permanent when you blend different styles of beer because you're like, here's a new batch where I blended that and that and that.
Okay, yeah,
and
you're
then like,
right.
oh, I fucked up. But then you have gallons of beer.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because then you can't save it in the same way when you're mixing a cocktail
Whereas a
versus your
Cocktail,
mixing.
it's all in ounces.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this works. Oh, that doesn't work. I need more of this. Okay, it's back. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then you do that, and then all you do is just like upgrade make the recipe, fucking multiply it. Yeah, there you go.
Get a bigger cup.
Yes, you get a bigger cup. And you do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, but no, this is ginger with this is great. But
Yeah.
no, just the beer by itself was awesome.
Ginger, cinnamon, like honey mapley-ness.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna let you finish that. I'm gonna go forward with. I'll miss this. I'm gonna try some of this.
Oh yeah, you wanted to go back to that one.
I wanted to go back. I did. Thank you for remembering. Still
Yeah.
more if you want.
We need to encourage our brewer Pete. He wants to do. He's amazing. Him and his wife are both these food connoisseurs. Like they love
Foodies.
They're just foodies, but healthy also. They're
good.
very
Yeah.
like they for better. Like I mean, it's not for worse, but like that's just what they're all about. Like amazing ingredients, good like ethical like cultivation of things. Just like a right way of doing everything and enjoying everything and appreciating all of the ingredients and honoring all of these things that you're putting together.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely he brews at home. I haven't seen them in a while or like spent some time up there. But I remember the last time I was up with them, he'll always have like something brewing in his fridge. He's always working on something. He asked me to call my mom to ask her for our ponche recipe for Christmas
Yeah.
because he wanted to make a stone fruit ponche ale.
Oh, nice.
But then it's hard with Mexican moms when you ask them for the recipe.
Yes. I swear to God, every time I told my mom, Mom, how do you make this? I don't know. You
put
put
this
that and that
much?
and that and that. I'm like,
And
how
it's-
much? I don't know. He's
So,
like,
and that made it so difficult. It's like, well, at least now you know the ingredients,
yes.
so to speak. You don't know how much what, so then you just play with it.
Yeah.
But even that changes. Like, and they always forget something. They'll always forget like something important. Even
Or even this is my favorite part. It's like, oh shit, I forgot to do this. Well, this will work. And then it's a random thing.
exactly. You can figure it out.
Yeah, and that's cooking though. But that's Mexican moms, Mexican like family households. That's me growing up.
That's all of us.
I've been cooking since I was like 7.
Oh,
Yeah, and so like basically when
It's not
and know what's
cooking when I
funny?
was 7.
This is the exact stove because this is we're in my grandmother's old
right.
house. I told you when you came here.
Yes.
My family's house. I spent time here. I used to go to the school down the street before I moved to El Monte, and I would come home and my parents would work until like 6 or 7, so I'd be home for hours. I'm like, what do I do now? Like my grandma never left, but she just stayed in her room and watched.
yeah. You're not trying to be like grandma. Make me.
Yeah,
things.
no. I was like, okay, well, I saw them do this, so I'll just try this.
And you
I was
actually
like,
cook.
yes. And
7
now
was like the year of like I would do nasty things. I'd roll like Kraft cheese and a Wonder Bread into a ball and would eat it like a cheese bread ball.
I'm sure I've never not. I'm sure I've done stuff like that though. I'm not saying I was fucking 5-star chef at 7.
I'm like, but I was doing some grimy, nasty.
My first quote unquote recipe was I took ramen, but I loved at the time the fried chow mein that I've got. So I'm half Mexican, half Chinese. So but all my entire family is very open with
Isn't
food.
all chow mein fried?
No.
Really?
Well, no.
What-
I don't know how you
does
prepare.
It mean the same thing if it's wok pan fried or whatever?
So there's crispy noodle chow mein,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's not crispy noodle chow mein are the main ones that I know.
right.
And the crispy noodles are the pan fried
And
chow
the
mein that I
other
know
one
of.
is not.
That I know of. No,
But how do they make it?
I don't know.
I feel like it's all fried.
Maybe it is, but let me go back to the crispy one. I like
That
crispy.
sounds delicious.
My mother instilled in me salty crispy is like one of my favorite things. So like chicharrones, fucking delicious.
Yep.
Like I can't keep chips or chicharrones here because I will eat them all
I
at
can, but
once.
not for a long time,
Exactly.
yeah.
So exactly. If they're here, they're gone. Okay.
yeah.
So when I was 7, I was like, I'll get the ramen, and so it turns in like I boiled it and I made the soup, but then I put it in the frying pan, doused it in oil, which I'm sure it led to my childhood obesity, whatever. And then I just fucking crisped it up. I sprinkled the flavor packet over it, and then got like bologna and other meat, whatever meat was in the fridge.
Yeah, exactly, especially bologna.
Exactly, and you just fucking put it in there. You chopped it. I chopped it up. I was like, look at this, and then I put it on the thing, and I'm like, dinner.
Oh, that actually doesn't sound terrible.
7-year-old me. I was like, I'm a fucking chef.
I don't need to work ever now because this is what I'll do.
Exactly.
Shit.
But yeah, so now I haven't done that in years, but that was what I remember specifically was my shit as a 7-year-old. I was like, I got you. I got this. Check this. Check out.
You're hungry?
You're hungry?
I got you.
I got you. Yeah, now I'm over here like every Thanksgiving I cook. Like I've done the turkey.
Oh my God, are you doing a thing this year?
Yeah, so I just found out that I'm not going to be busy on Thanksgiving, which is always like a thing. I never know if I'm going to do it until like the week before. I've done the turkey multiple times. I've done the ham. I am a big fan of non-traditional side dishes.
I love all of that too.
Last year I did a crab rangoon, which if you're unfamiliar is like
I know what it is.
Okay.
With the cream cheese and the
crab
and the
cream
little
cheese.
wonton.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that shit was so good. The year before that, I was with my girlfriend. We made or my ex-girlfriend, obviously. I was like back then. Ex-girlfriend.
It was my girlfriend who was my girlfriend then at that time.
It's always weird, like when you say these stories. I'm like my ex-girlfriend.
But at the time was my girlfriend.
The time was my girlfriend. Yes. We made a lobster truffle mac and cheese.
Ooh. It was out of this world?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm a big fan of truffle.
No, I haven't had. Oh yeah, truffle for sure.
Yeah.
I have like.
And then you add lobster, and it's.
You know, I'm not the biggest lobster lover.
No?
I like lobster.
Yeah.
But crab is better to me. Yeah.
Which now I'm going with the seafood trend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% set on this, but I think I'm making something with shrimp, crab, and bacon.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
The reason being, one of my favorite dishes that is actually from my grandma's, my late grandma, her favorite restaurant is called the Costa Azul. It's shrimp stuffed with cheese and crab, and then wrapped in bacon.
I've had these shrimps.
Yes.
Please do that.
And then, but I'm gonna do.
And you know that's like a kind of like close to a take. I mean, I know some traditions make stuffed dates.
Yeah.
And the stuff their dates with cheeses and bacon and shit like that too, or they wrap them in it.
Yeah.
That would be like almost the same. The sweet aspect would be like the shrimp, or yeah.
It's like sweet shrimp and crab,
and the
savory
crab
bacon. And the cheese, and then I'm thinking about a little bit of like jalapeno in there too.
Yes, you definitely have to throw in
a little spice to it.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, I'm like, I want that. But
Do
I have a
that.
big family. There's gonna be about 20-something people in one house. I might, instead of doing specific stuffed shrimp,
Make like a casserole or something.
exactly
Yeah.
chop everything up, throw it in there. Maybe some arroz, some rice,
Ooh.
like a paella
So
almost.
or a gumbo? No, is
Maybe.
that the same?
So another thing I was thinking about. Have you ever had my mom just calls them calabacitas, which I know is just specifically translated to like
I've had calabacitas.
with
I
the
love
cheesy corn.
That is
and,
calabacitas, though.
Okay, yes.
For us, that is calabacitas.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, that's what I
Because
know
It
as.
doesn't mean squash or zucchini.
Yeah.
It just means that dish.
Yeah.
Like you have tomatoes, you have onions, you have like that's the main aspect, but the cheese.
So essentially that with the seafood and the bacon.
Yes. Yeah, that would be, I think, more like a gumbo because the texture of it is a little creamy because of like
Exactly. And you just put it over, like you can put it over rice or whatever you want. I'm not the biggest carb person.
Oh, okay.
So I don't care.
I'm huge on
good with
carbs.
all these.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Do you cook?
Yes.
Do you like to? What are you doing something for Thanksgiving?
No. We all like to cook. That's the fun part. My mom's amazing at cooking. My sister's as well. I love cooking. I love food in general. But this year we all agreed we're going to have lunch with my sister. Mm-hmm. We'll bring food. It'll be good because all of us will bring like a side dish and everybody side dish will be fine. But no, we're actually going to go out to eat dinner like some white ass stupid family. Like not in that sense.
I know. I know exactly what it is.
But it's like we agreed,
I was like,
let's just get to. We want dinner, but we don't, and we want turkey, and we want ham, and we want the fixings, and we want to all be together and have this little private little like table of 10, 12, 13, whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't want to this year has not been the year to. We didn't plan. Nobody wants to host things. You know, everybody's moving. Everybody's changing something. So like,
is your family from here?
My family is my family's Mexican, but yes, as far as like me being born and like since in the last 30
exactly.
years,
like my
Northeast LA,
I'm
all
half
our
Mexican,
lives.
half Chinese,
Yeah.
but my mother, my father were all born here. My mother's mother, who was my grandma who lived here, she was born in Texas.
Oh,
Her mother was born in Chihuahua.
and how is that? I'd be super like, because I have a lot of friends who have family from like New Mexico
Yeah.
or Texas, who are maybe like 4th or 5th generation like Mexican Americans.
Yeah.
And their meals, their family like traditions, very similar like culturally, but like the food is very different. The food is it's very unique. It's a lot of chili and Ortega chilies and different like things. Like how
Well,
is that with
that's
like
the
recipes with the
Interesting, like same thing like you. Like there's no recipes or anything like that. And also
or dishes that
yes,
you grew up with.
exactly.
Yeah.
My
Or
family
flavors.
is extremely lazy as far as passing on knowledge on to other people. If you ask, they'll tell you.
Oh, that's all of us.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
they don't care. They're not like adamant like.
But then at the same time,
you need to know.
keep on this tradition.
No, they don't. It's like I don't know. Why are you asking me? And it's like, you know what? If you stick around over my shoulder for long enough, then you'll get it, and then you do.
But then they also raised us to sort of be a little bit more like we don't ask a lot of questions because like we get kind of I wouldn't say got it beat out of us, but it's just like don't question me. It's just don't question me and if you don't ask questions, you don't have to know the answer. If you don't know the answer and it's bad, then you're fine. You don't get out of responsibilities essentially.
Yeah.
So the actual recipes are not there's not a lot that I know of from my family. I watch them, but it's not very distinct.
Yeah.
And so the only thing that I think that I really want to find out is my mother and my tia, they make huevos rancheros very differently. But the sauce, I want to know what the fuck they make with the sauce. I like the sauce a lot. The ranchero sauce.
Well, it depends on like who's making the sauce because
That's what I'm
sometimes
saying.
it's going to be spicy. Sometimes it's just going to taste like
Yeah.
ground up tomatoes with cilantro. Like
No.
yeah. So it just depends.
And then my tia, she does it with quesadillas, while my mom does it with like just fried tortilla.
That's how I am used to it. Like chilaquiles too. So many people make them so different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just had a fried burrito the other day from Boyle Heights.
Is that not just a chimichanga?
So it is, but it was a fried chile relleno fried burrito. So inside of it, it had the fried stuffed cheesy chili, and then the tortilla, and then and then cheese, then the tortilla, and then fried again.
Yeah.
So it was like a twice fried thing. Wow.
Okay, so here's the my mother my mother listens to this podcast, and when you listen to this, Mom, I need you to figure out what like your best quote unquote recipes are. I need to know them.
Oh, me too. Me
Yeah,
too,
and
Mom.
I'll share with her.
Please.
Of course. But like I love cooking, but I don't cook a lot of Hispanic food at all because I mean the things that they make the most, the rice, the beans, all that stuff, I don't care about that to be honest.
You know, I am not a big fan of Spanish rice, and like that's up for
I don't care about any rice.
I like beans just because I like beans.
Yeah.
But I'm not like I'm obsessed with them. But rice, I love sticky sushi rice. I love fried rice. But I don't like Spanish rice.
Yeah.
Much. Yeah.
But okay, so sushi rice, I have a big thing too. With that, there has to be the perfect amount of vinegar in there.
I guess.
Because for me, whenever I have that,
too sweet.
no, exactly. But there's sometimes like, what is this? This is just regular white rice. You didn't even try.
Like it's just sticky starch.
Yeah. And then there's someone that's like, oh, it's like pickles, like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but then there's
with
perfect.
a little bit of like sesame seeds and like some seaweed.
Yeah.
You're good.
And then my dad doesn't really cook at all, so I never really learned anything from him. His main dish.
My dad cooks, but it's not something I want to eat.
And my dad's for my Chinese side, so his main thing was just literally like instant ramen.
But that's awesome.
And then throwing shit in there.
But that's
He was like, boil water, put things in the water.
You can't go wrong with that. My daughter she loves. We all love. Who doesn't like ramen? Like
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just
So we'll make.
I was like,
it
I get
sometimes.
it. You put the things in the pot, you boil it.
And she was just saying, she was talking shit about how she saw this show and Kylie Jenner was competing at some cooking show, and she's like,
Really?
all she did was make ramen, fry an egg and put it on it. And I was like, well, that sounds kind of good. She's like, yeah, but that's easy. And I was like looking at her like, you know, if my 9-year-old just look at me in the face like, you know, I can do this. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't make it not good.
I like your 9-year-old, first of all. I'm really happy that she's like, this is mediocre.
She's like, this shouldn't win a food competition.
Thank you. I've never met your 9-year-old. I like her already.
But also in another context, I didn't even ask her what show she was watching.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was watching that show where people get stoned right before they cook, and then they cook these.
Every show ever. No. No. Is there an actual show where they do that?
I think so. I could have sworn I saw something like on Netflix. Like, I don't know.
You know, it's funny. I've worked with people that actually made a show like it was a stone cooking show. It was like every time they would do a different step, they would take a hit, and by the end, she's like, "What am I doing?" She's like completely blown out of her mind type of shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd watch that show.
No, but yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Yeah, like, no, this is mediocre. Granted, it tastes good. So does just
like,
hot Cheetos and pouring fucking salsa and cheese in it. Or Fritos, and you just pour canned chili in it.
That's what she was saying.
It's good.
She's like, I've made cup of noodles. I put seaweed and this in it. It was good.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, well,
she's
you
9?
have a, yeah,
you
have a point. You have a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it's still good. She's like, yes, but I was like, well, I don't know what show you're watching. Like, I don't know what the rules were.
I appreciate that truly because we've all been there. I'm like, I understand simple can be very good.
Yeah.
But you also appreciate craft.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
or
like,
get creative. Like,
yeah.
what was your mystery box? Was it just 2 ingredients? Was it like what did you? But whatever.
Yeah,
But
I know.
she responded to that. Like, she had her opinions and her say about that. Yeah.
Kylie Jenner just fucking did ramen and put an egg on it.
And she won. I was like, okay.
She won? Okay, whoa.
No,
let's bring it back to that.
Yeah, no,
I did
that
not
was
know
her point. That was her point.
Oh.
She's like, do you know?
That's
She
fucked up.
She wasn't hating on the fact that, like, she's like, I know ramen and egg.
Yeah. I could do that.
She won with that.
Yes.
I think for
that's
her
a
being
perfect
like,
metaphor for
I'm not-
fucking life. I swear to God. It is like, yeah, famous, rich. All she had to do was boil ramen, make an egg, and she won a show.
That was it. She won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I
So
could make you something amazing right now.
That's what
you know
she
what?
was
I would not win against Kylie Jenner, but I know that.
Because you don't, because that's it. You don't have to do anything else but make a cup of noodles and put an egg over it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't watch whatever show that was.
Me either. I'm going to have to go back and ask her. I'm going to see her tonight. So depending on the state of my, like, how inebriated I am, I'll be like, Ace, looking at me, I'll forward you the info. I'll ask her what that show was. I know she's going to know. Yeah, but she's a cool kid. I love tasting these things with her. And not with her, like, tasting them with me.
I wasn't gonna call you out on it, but
thank you for like giving me that look. But like, so I'll be at home. So when
granted, it's not like okay. Let's go bring it back. When I was a kid,
I drink with my kid. You guys,
she does not.
I don't.
She does not. I remember being a kid and be like, Dad, what is this thing you keep drinking?
Exactly.
But I hated it.
No. Okay, so she's had champagne because of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And that was when she was like 3 or 4. And then we never gave her some afterwards because we went to Coffee Bean, I think like a couple days after the New Year's. And we were walking around. And this little lady who was like 3, we get to the Coffee Bean. And I'm like, Isla, what are you going to want? And she looks at me, dead ass. And she's like, they don't have champagne here, do they? And I'm like, what she means is,
my God.
I'm like, oh my, and we died laughing like her but we were like, oh my God, like what the fuck, never giving you champagne again. Mind you, we were cheersing with champagne and a shit ton of nerds in our champagne with a 3-year-old on New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
So like to her it was like, that was the best thing I ever drank in my life.
Yeah, of course. And you established in your head. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
The people thought it was hilarious. And the lady's like,
she said it like at the front
she
or what?
said it in the, we're ordering. And I'm like, Isla, what? She's like, do they have champagne? I'm like, no, I don't think so. They might have. It might have been like like a Coffee Bean at the Americana or something where it's like, well, we do, but we can't.
Not for 3-year-olds.
Yeah. And so then after that, we were like, okay. But she's well aware of like what we do and that this is like that this is at home most of the time.
Yeah.
And then when the Chablesse came, I was tasting that one with my niece for the first time.
Who's 4?
Oh, she's 7. She's and she oh no, she's not. She's 23. And and so we're tasting it, and Issa's really watching us like, like listening. Like I know she doesn't want to taste it. I know she's like thoroughly like, I just want to know what each one tastes like, because then she feels proud to tell people like aunts and like whoever, you'll like this one, Grandma. Like, and it's like, oh,
That's
you're
so
so
cute.
yeah, it is really cute actually. Like,
It's because she loves
she
like
listens
she's your
and
job. She's like,
yeah.
I want to know what mommy
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
Like,
or like, what does that one taste like?
swear to God, she holds up a can. She's like, this is hoppy and blah blah blah.
Yes.
And then like,
At some point, she will totally be able to give the whole spiel. Like,
That is so
I'm
cute.
sure of it. Yeah, but yeah.
that's fucking cute. I remember being a kid and like, I mean, I think a few of us have done like, we're like, oh, we'll try this. What is this, Dad? Beer? Oh, that's just like fucking horrible.
Yeah, beer for sure was like the worst one to drink as a kid, I think.
Yeah.
Beer was like, oh.
Well, also because, I mean, this was before the golden age of craft beer. This is
True.
always, what is this? Bud Light or Budweiser, which tastes worse. Or even Tecates.
yeah, which
And,
doesn't taste bad.
now-
But it's like, yeah.
After we've drank a bajillion beers.
But also, it's like the ones we're having as kids, not supposed to. It's like they're the ones that have the fucking cigarette butts in them, probably.
Pretty
you know,
much.
like we're probably tasting
Like, what is
like
that, American
backwash.
Spirit? American Spirit in
Nah,
there?
my parents did not. They the worst. What's the worst kind of cigarette? They're smoking Parliaments. They're smoking. They're smoking, not American Spirits.
True.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're smoking. Well, they're not even smoking. But
Yeah.
if there were
No, I
cigarette
get it,
butts
yeah.
in there,
There's
they're
just
not
bad
gonna be.
ones.
They're
I get
just
you.
not delicious.
But I mean,
butts.
yeah, it's never bad. Like I love the curiosity of kids, and this is one of the things is like as growing up, I've decided to just kind of keep that sort of curiosity because it helps me learn more, but not the naivete of it.
Yeah.
But as a kid, you're like, everything's okay if I try it.
But not really. I
No.
feel like they're more aware. Like, I don't know.
Now there's
Yeah,
okay, so
I don't know if I
my
want to try that.
my second cousin, I call her my niece for lack of I don't like, hey, what's up, second cousin?
She's 7 too, or
She's about 7, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She is.
My niece is really 23.
She
She's
is
not 7.
the smartest little girl. She wants to do a YouTube channel with me because she knows I'm an actor, and she's like, you be the host, and then I'm gonna do this, and she tells me all about all the YouTube channels she watches, and she's like, no, this is not gonna be good for views, and I'm like, you are 7. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like always doing this stuff. I don't know. She's so smart.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
but
was-
I love kids so much that like I don't have kids right now, but I've always wanted kids, and
It'd be
I was
funny if
growing
you
up.
did have kids. I'd be like, where have your kids been?
Oh, they're
for
in the shed.
last 2 hours.
They're in the shed. No, I grew up with a predominantly like female family, and so like I grew up, and Xena was like one of my favorite. And so
Warrior princess.
Yeah. So most I want to say that most guys are like, yeah, I want a son, I want a guy to carry on my name.
I
I'm like,
want
no,
a
I want
badass
a
daughter.
that I would teach to be a warrior princess. She will kick every guy's ass.
Yes.
Every guy's ass.
We had a Game of Thrones viewing party
Yeah.
for the last. Well, we have several, but when we last had our last one,
Yeah.
we dressed up, and where we go and dress up, we take all of our kids. They don't watch the show, obviously, but it's there are several like children that are there. We dress them up. So Isla, my daughter, was Arya, and
Nice.
we made her a needle. So we made her a sword.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was super. Everything was cute, adorable, except for what we used to make her the needle. Like, so later on.
What did you
So
use?
yes, so later on, the night progresses, and then the needle comes apart because we use foil to like do
okay.
it, and a
Okay.
ruler.
I thought you were gonna say it was deadly. She killed some people.
No, it wasn't a real sword. It was a ruler and foil and whatever.
Yeah.
But the ruler, we weren't paying attention. We got it from like, I don't know, some convention or something. But it said like in huge letters on this ruler, a spank stick. And so then when the foil came off and everything, our friends and like mutual friends and like everyone's there, it's like, Isla, what is this? Like, what's this spank stick? And it's like, I don't know. It's my parents'. Like, it's not mine. And then it's like, oh my goodness. No, it's not out. Like, we just found
Did
this.
you get that from mommy and daddy's room?
Like, who made you this sword? And it's like my mom and dad. It's like, oh, okay. People were giving a shit all night. We were like, you guys, someone gave it to us at like some convention. We used this to rotate paint at some point, and then we just had it in wherever.
In your special drawer.
We had it in our trunk. and then yeah. But it was cute before the foil came off.
Yeah.
The whole everything was intact.
That is actually really cute.
It was a cute thing.
Yeah. That's a fucking awesome story. Okay, cool. Cool with that. I think we should move forward a little bit. These are awesome. We've already done this. I want to not finish off. We're still going to go on the thing. But last time, where can they find this? And if they want you, obviously, too.
Right. You guys can always hit me up. Put these order through email. I'm Rossyo at hardfrescos.com. And Rossyo is spelled Rossyo. But Bevmo is a safe one. That one is the only one that I can guarantee that all of the Bevmos will have. Like, you'll find it at Bevmo.
Can I find the French Toast Crunch beer? I want this.
Nope. You can't find the ginger cola. You can't find the cucumber lime. And you can't find Chobless at Bevmo.
But you can find
the Jamaica and the tamarindo and the guava citrus at Bevmo.
Which is also one of my favorites.
Yeah. The tamarindo too. That's like a new
that's
favorite.
what I was saying. One of my favorites, I said.
The hoppy one you can't find at Bevmo either. Pretty much all these gems you can't find at Bevmo.
Where can they find these, though?
You guys have to order those.
Do you have a tap room or anything? Or
we do, but unless you guys are up in the Bay Area.
Some are. There are people around.
Yeah, so if you guys are up close to the Outer Sunset in San Francisco, it's the Lawton Tap Room. And they have amazing food deals, too. Like, so they have, 3 sopes for $8. You get that with a few pints of Chobless, and that's it. You're done. You're closing the place down.
Boom.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get into some entertainment news now.
Let's do it.
Cool. Got to turn this off first. Thank you, him, for, serenading us for the last,
Was that playing the whole time?
Yeah, because I play the music in the background every once in a while. Now we're going to do some stories.
It's me, bitches!
I may have some news for you.
Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody.
This just broke out.
That is a scientific fact, huh?
I'm not gonna get to this story. I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears. I am the smartest man alive!
All right, everybody. We're back in here with some entertainment news. Stop it. Okay. All right. Going first forward. Have you seen any movies recently?
Let me see. What was the last one I saw? No, I've been meaning to see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen that yet. So the last movie I saw, I don't even remember.
Okay. Have you seen Venom or anything?
No.
No.
And I love what's Bronson?
I swear, as soon as you ask me, my brain goes away.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. But him, that guy,
the man,
the Jewish one from Piggy Blinders,
Tom Hardy.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is it? Why is it a thing? Like literally, someone asks you a question, you're like, oh, I
You know this
I
guy?
know this.
This one?
I say it every day. I get blah blah blah, and then it's just like your brain's just like, nope, that's not gonna work anymore. But yes, Tom Hardy. You love Tom Hardy.
He's such a gem. He's such a weirdo. I feel like he's in the same caliber as Christian Bale, where it's they get judged in a sense, because they're good looking or something, but they're
you
weird.
Stupid good looking men.
No, but not even. I feel like you guys are so weird and creepy and dark and such good actors and have so much talent. I have lots of unique love for them. I think those two are interesting actors. I like them a lot.
Very good.
But no, I haven't seen anything new recently.
Okay, cool. Well, we do the
But
box
I heard
office.
A Star is Born is out of this world. I want to see fucking Nutcracker.
So I'm curious, why do you want to see? Is it just because you have a kid, or do you actually think this is interesting?
No, not even with my kid.
You're like, that's for you?
I mean,
I have no idea what's going on when I saw the trailer of this. I'm like, what is going on?
I love craziness like that.
Yeah?
Fantasy nonsense.
I do too,
I love
but
that.
There was nothing that I understood about the trailer. That
I
made me
haven't
think-
even seen the trailer. I just
Oh.
know the Nutcracker story, so to speak.
Oh, okay, that
And
makes
so
more
I was
sense
like,
then.
yeah, let's do it.
Got it,
Eat
got
some
it.
shrooms, watch the Nutcracker.
There you go. That sounds really good.
Right?
I was like, I will join you if you feel like that. I was like, just for the shroom part.
So whatever we're watching.
Exactly. I'm actually gonna go check out Overlord tomorrow.
That shit looks intense.
Yeah.
Let me know how that is, because
I've heard
looks
great
a little
things
bit.
too.
I've heard great things, and I loved Lookout. No,
Lights Out.
Huh?
Look at what? What do you say? Lookout?
Wait, what is it called? Not Lookout. That one, the fucking Jordan Peele movie.
Oh, Get Out. No, because there's a movie called Lights Out. There's a movie called probably a Lookout.
Get Out. Get
Get
Out
Out.
was creepy.
Yes.
And it was good.
Yeah.
So I feel like Overload's going to be similar.
Overlord should be interesting. I want to check that out. And then also top 5 interesting. I got actually early access screening for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And are you interested in that?
Hell yeah. I mean, I read the screenplay before I saw the movie. Did not like the style of it, but loved. I don't like screenplay. I don't want to read a screenplay when I'm reading a book and
Where
I'm
did you
expecting it.
Why did you get a screenplay that you read?
Because I didn't know that Fantastic Beast was written in that format. So when I bought the book, I thought it's going to be another story just like that.
Like a Harry Potter book.
Which it was. It just depends on how you read it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's still written in the same way. Like it still has this person, like it's easy to understand, it's quick to read. But I hated that whole like setting. This is here and this is, and I'm like, no, that's me. That's my imagination.
Let me do that.
Yeah. And so, but I did read it, and it was quick and it was nice.
Yeah.
And then I saw the movie, loved it because it's just like, it's a sequence, it's just an addition of this magical world that's already like existed.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally loved it. But then once I saw the trailer for the new one, I was like, okay, if a new screenplay comes out like book form, I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna go watch it. Like
Good.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So check that out.
I am.
I've
When are you
already
gonna go
seen
see it?
I already saw it. I got an early access screening for
And
it.
you're saying totally amazing, good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was
Disappointing. I'm not one of those people.
It was okay. Honest thing. It was a beautiful movie. It is extremely hard to follow unless you just reread all the Harry Potter books and rewatched the Fantastic Beasts movie, the first one, and then you have a little bit of room for random shit that came out of nowhere. That's how I have to say it. I liked a lot of it. It was a lot of information going on in different things that you could tell that. I mean, J.K. Rowling, she wrote the screenplay for it. She knows everything. Not everyone is as familiar. We have a lot of shit going on in our lives.
I'm pretty familiar.
Unless you reread everything.
I'm not saying I haven't reread though.
Yeah.
Like that's another part. Like
what I'm saying is, it's like
gets
my entire family is a big Harry Potter fan, and we all were like, yeah, it's really
oh yeah, then I'd be
weird.
in that same category.
There's a lot of stuff going on that like too much. There's a little bit too much going on.
Aw, what
But
a
it
shame,
wasn't
because
bad.
It's like, hello, you guys have a lot of shit. I mean, all of us loving all of that. You know, you leave out a lot of stuff, but it's like because you can't fit it in.
Yeah.
So when they broke up Deathly Hallows, it was like, okay, I get it, but I'm kind of resentful that you chose to do that just for the end because you could have done that for every other movie.
Oh, and put more
After
in?
the fourth and on, you could have done it 2 parts for everything because
True.
of so much
I wonder if that would have been successful at all.
Well, you're not going to know now. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's
so,
done.
But no, that's a good point because there's
Like the
so much.
darkest
The
one,
books just
you
get
made that.
thicker.
Yeah,
like
no.
it's like first,
but
second,
it's
third,
you
fourth,
go
fifth.
through it quick.
Deathly Hallows is like this fucking tome that just is like you just killed somebody with. It's
I
so
read
big.
that shit. Like I didn't sleep probably for like 3 days.
Mike-
And in like 2 weeks, like going. Oh yeah, it was something where I was like, no, I need to know. I remember the first book I cried. As like a teenager was the 5th one when Sirius died, and I was like,
Spoiler. No, I'm kidding.
this can't be real. Like, oh no.
What is
And
this?
then-
Is this a dream sequence? I don't
But
want
then
it.
also the same with Snape in like the last ones. I was like, oh my god, like you guys just keep.
And here's actually a point that I have for the books and against this movie. It makes you care about these characters. This one, all the characters that you cared about in the first one, they're kind of not like they're not dead. They're not interacting.
obsolete. They're
They're,
like,
they're,
they
they're-
don't
no, they're in
matter.
different directions. Like they're not in the same room really for the most part. Like they're
But that makes
and
sense. They didn't all start together, you know?
No, but like you wanted them to be a team. You wanted them to be together. But like now this is like having a lot of focus on Credence and Grindelwald and like other characters that are still pretty fairly new. And you're like, what about all the characters I liked in the first one? They're there, but they're not really doing a lot of stuff that
Okay.
you like. And that's the
But that's
the
still
downside.
fun.
Oh, no,
because you
I'm
get
not saying
to
it's a
know
bad
about
movie.
these other little
Yeah.
like creatures.
I was saying that I'm just like, it's a little
It
disappointing.
was too much.
I was like, Harry Potter, and I'm like, okay, wait, what's going on? Wait, what's that from? When did we establish that? What? Why? And I'm like, okay.
I need to go back to the book.
I gotta pee. This is I just like I'm no okay.
Damn.
But it was okay and it was good. And then the
What
end,
about the Grinch?
I saw the Grinch actually. Did
I
you?
haven't seen not the new one, but I am obsessed with their marketing for
They're doing
the
a great
fucking
job.
movie. I just saw the best one yet because I saw all the like the bus ones. Like, hope you didn't miss your bus to your audition. Hope stop coming to LA. It's already full.
That's my favorite.
No,
I was like, I love
my
it.
favorite one is something about it's the pistachio brand the nuts, and it's like green and salty, just like my nuts, and it's him. I thought, okay, you did it. I'm flipping this pistachio table over and like, give me all of the pistachios. Like, you guys are amazing.
The crowd loves this one. Thank you. Green salty, just like my nuts.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
No, the marketing's amazing. I saw it actually. It's
Was it
really
cute?
good.
I figure.
It's cute. So it's not like the Jim Carrey one.
No.
I want to say
But
somewhere.
that one was also like
Yeah,
amazing.
it's really good. I would say the older one that was animated, and then the Jim Carrey one. This is somewhere in between.
Oh, that's a great place to be.
It is because
Yeah.
it's much more family friendly.
Okay.
Friendly. A lot of good new jokes.
Yeah.
And songs and whatnot. A little bit new lore, but it takes that story and it retells it without being as I want to say creepy as Jim Carrey's. I love Jim Carrey's, but I can imagine being younger and be like, that's fucking scary. What's going on right now?
Or not, but like it depends because I remember so many like people saying how cute they thought Baby Grinch,
Yes.
Baby Harry Grinch was,
Scary cute.
which is weird because like you do think like, is that cute or is it like see when
Terrifying.
that girl
Or is that terrifying? It's one of those. Somewhere in the middle.
Or is it so terrifying you feel bad? Like it's
It's like I want to pet it, but I feel like it's gonna eat my hand.
Yeah.
It's gonna eat my hand, but I want to pet it.
But then you feel bad because you feel like it's gonna eat your hand,
Yes.
and like you should pet it.
Yeah, like,
And-
it's like, do you want to be pet? Do you want to talk to it? Do you want to be pet? If you do, then I'm gonna do it. But if not, please don't kill me, because you kind of look like Chucky, a little bit.
It was, yeah, he was hairy.
Exactly. But no, this one is very cute, very
Aw.
nice. It was done by Illumination, who does the Despicable Me and the Minions.
Oh, cute.
So like the animation was wonderful,
Oh,
and
that makes sense.
it
And
was-
also the comedic, where it's coming from, that's
Yes,
also
yeah.
making sense because they're very aware of what like trends or things that are like clicky or whatever. Like
Yes.
this, I was like these. At first, I was surprised when I would see the billboards that would say like "Get out of LA" or whatever. I'm like, ooh, these
this
are
guy's
real?
been an asshole,
This
but I
is-
love it.
And I was like, wait, he's the motherfucking Grinch.
Yes.
Like,
Also, can we
this
keep
is
these
very
billboards up all the
Grinchy.
time?
Please. The nuts one at Vaughn's, like, I just need that always there. Like, whoever's doing their marketing, good job. You guys.
And same thing that I was thinking about with Deadpool. The original Deadpool had an amazing marketing team.
So going back to that, now I'm curious to know what you were going to talk about.
Yeah,
in
so that's one of the-
relation to
To the second one,
to
right?
the PG. No, the third. No.
It's the second. No, it's the re-release of the second one. It's jumping ahead, but we'll just jump it because fuck it.
Okay.
So that's
Sorry.
no, it's okay. So there was a brand new trailer just released that you saw. I'm
Right.
telling the audience for this. It was for a PG-13 re-release of Deadpool 2. And this is interesting for a number of different reasons. One is actually $1 of every ticket made is going to cancer prevention charity.
Ooh.
Two is that this entire thing was actually they reshot a lot of it and added new footage so that it could be PG-13 because Deadpool is known for being a merc with a mouth, but rated R, very rated R.
Right.
And that was awesome for us. But now you can go ahead and take your kid. You seem fine with bringing your kids and
Totally fine with it.
hand your daughter a glass of champagne and watch this.
Get some nerds and some champagne.
Nerds and champagne. But a trailer just dropped, and it's very interesting too because it incorporates Princess Bride. I don't even know what you call this part of the movie. It's not like it is the opening, but it's also bits and pieces in the Princess Bride where he's telling a story to Fred Savage, and he kidnaps older Fred Savage, and he's like, I'm going to tell you this story about Deadpool too, but it's completely PG-13, and it's an amazing way to get around certain parts that you're probably going to skip because it can't be PG-13, and you're telling a story as if it's a fairy tale, but it's still Ryan Reynolds, which also was funny because they did you see the Detective Pikachu trailer?
No.
God, okay.
It's great?
I got to show you this after this.
Okay.
But it's really cool. It's just the humor.
Wait,
I
hold
think Ryan
on.
Reynolds is really cool.
There's going to be a movie with an actual Pikachu?
Live action hybrid
Shut up.
animation with Detective Pikachu.
No.
Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu.
So it's like Ted. Tedish.
PG-13 Ted.
Ah, okay.
Maybe PG. I don't know. I got to look it up.
PG with Ryan Reynolds?
I'm going to look it up and I'll show you.
Okay.
But going back to Deadpool, very interesting the way that they're doing this. So for charity, of course. Also, it's a good way to get into China because China just passed a law where it's not going to accept rated R movies from America. But if it's aired in the United States and it's PG-13, they can do it.
No way.
So, and then China is a very big box office now. So it's more money for them. Also, they're adding to charity. And it's a cool thing. So there's a lot of good things.
That is
there.
really cool.
Yeah. And so I'm very interested. I just signed up for, have you heard of AMC A-List Stubs?
No.
So have you heard of MoviePass?
Yes. And I knew that that's where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends who are leaving the MoviePass wagon. And then probably because maybe I was looking for Bohemian Rhapsody tickets. And then I saw the AMC thing pop up. So I knew it was related.
That's their new subscription service, which is
Is
like
it worth it?
MoviePass. I've just signed up. Mm-hmm. On paper, it's worth it.
Okay, well, try it out and let me know.
Yeah,
Let me know if
on
that's-
paper, it's $20 a month. Granted, no affiliation, but I'm just telling you what it is. $20 a month. You get 3 movies a week, any format, which is something different from MoviePass.
Oh, that is
You can have
amazing.
IMAX, you can have 3D, you can have whatever. And also, you can order ahead of time, which MoviePass never let you do. You had to show up an hour within the hour of the movie playing, and then be on site, and then you can only buy your own ticket. You can actually buy multiple tickets too on this one. So it's like I'm like, you do all this stuff.
I would
And
have been very disappointed had I found out that you can't.
Yeah.
Like, if I can only buy my own ticket from MoviePass, like that would have
And then-
not coordinated well with lots of situations.
And it's $20 a month, which I just bought. So I just got my ticket for Overlord for tomorrow. The ticket was $13. So
Your
I got-
membership is already paid for.
What? Yeah,
basically.
because you still also get rewards and discounts for concessions.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
So far so good. I mean, granted,
Only AMC?
yes, and that's the only thing. There are
That's fine.
there are
I mean, we have
places
so many close
for us.
ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
for other people, they don't live near one, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But there's one right there. There's one in Montebello.
Yeah.
There's one in Covina. There's one in Arcadia. There's
Yeah.
like I can get there within 10 minutes of all these.
Yeah, pretty much. Same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, makes so much sense. I'm about to see my first movie with it tomorrow. Hopefully, nothing happens because that was one of the main things with MoviePass was they kept changing things and not telling you.
That sucks.
And so like I was a customer for MoviePass for a while, and I'm
Yeah.
like every time something happens, I'm like, what the fuck? Like seriously, why is this not working? It's like, oh, you have to do this
because
thing.
they changed this or
and
it's
then
in their
and they don't tell you.
That's
Exactly.
stupid.
Yeah. So fuck that.
Okay.
I will use this most likely, depending on what movies are out, to go see the PG-13 Deadpool. Why? Because I already paid for it.
Wait, aren't you supposed to use it now from here on out for all of the things?
And you can.
Oh, okay. Why wouldn't you?
For whatever reason, it's not playing at AMC
Oh, okay.
or
Fair enough. Fair
or
enough.
whatever. I don't
But
know.
if-
Like yeah.
For anything other than that.
But one of my main things is that you get 3 a week, which most people don't watch 3 movies a week. 3 brand new movies.
I'd be so down.
In theaters?
I don't have time.
Okay, true. Fair enough. But most people don't watch 3 brand new movies in theaters a week. And so,
And they don't have to be brand new. Or wait, do
Well,
they have to be?
no, I'm talking
Can I
about in
watch
theaters.
Grinch 3 times in 1 week? That's a good question.
That I have to look up.
Yeah, that's a good question,
That's
actually.
a good question. I think you might be okay with that, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't want... That's not what I'm about.
But maybe I would. Maybe I want to see The Grinch 3
but
fucking times.
maybe 2 times.
I'm pretty sure you could, though. I haven't heard anything against that.
Then it's worth it.
It is.
What if
exactly. But yeah, I'm going to check out Deadpool for sure because I have this, so I don't have to worry about, I don't know, am I going to pay money for this? You're already paying $20 a month, but you get to see it, so go check it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check that out. Moving back just a little bit,
Okay.
because we skipped ahead, in box office, once I get rid of the rainbow swirly wheel.
Should we have
Thanks.
more beer?
Yes, please. Ooh, nice. I didn't know you brought more. Oh, so that's awesome.
Well, I only brought 2 more of these,
Oh,
but I
got
do
it.
have a couple gifts for you in my trunk before
That's
I
awesome.
leave. So,
Is it Spank Stick or what?
it's a Spank Stick. It's also the 6-pack of the Jamaica and a 6-pack of the Tamarindo.
That's fucking awesome.
That's not hopped.
Boom. So
Cheers. What'd you even pour in yours?
everything.
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't everything. It was. I poured the rest of the Jamaica.
Smell how like that horchata ale just stays everywhere, in a great way. Like you just wish you could keep having that.
That's what I'm saying. It coated the glass and it made
my
it so that
God.
there's a wonderful honey smell.
And this is the one that I was telling you. You can make a chocolate abuelita.
Yes. So
Ale out
add
of
some
it?
chocolate with that.
Some cream, some lactose, some chocolate abuelita, and boom.
Boom. And then we still got the pepino.
And
I'm
we
gonna
still
put
have
this back in the ice for real quick.
Put it back in the ice.
Cool.
All right, so let's go back. Where are we going back to?
Oh yeah. So we were talking about the Dr. Seuss already. That's number 2. Number 3 is Bohemian Rhapsody. You want to check that out, right?
I do.
Same. I haven't seen it, but I've heard really good things
Me
about
too.
it.
And then just in general, like I just want to like, regardless of what I keep hearing about it,
Yeah.
most of it good. I just want to see that movie so bad. I
Same.
feel like that's one that you have to see in a big screen because it's like I didn't get to watch these Queen shows. So,
Yes.
or
And my
live,
mom is one of the biggest Queen
See,
fans.
I want to see that. I want to see that on a big screen. I want to see
I
these
do too.
performances. And I heard that a lot of it was like it gave you this newly found appreciation of his on stage
Presence.
Yes.
Exactly.
This magic. Yeah.
So guess what? I got AMC subs. I'm gonna do that now.
Damn.
I'm literally this is the main thing is like I was like, look at all these movies.
Yes.
I haven't seen them because of 2 things. One,
It's like $20 a fucking ticket.
Exactly. And 2, it's like do you go and watch movies by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, I am not that person that's
I go
done
and
that
eat
before.
by myself. I go watch movies by myself.
I might try
Go
it.
to a
I
bar
like
by
it.
myself.
I just haven't done it.
It's fair. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
But like so I'm trying to get into it, but I'm also trying to find friends that want to go see movies
Right.
with me. So like now I'm like this. Like I'm committing to at least one a week.
That's good.
I have every Tuesday off, so I'm like I want to do a fucking
You
movie.
know
at
what
least.
sucks? That I don't mean to rub this on your face, but AMC has that $5 Tuesday movie thing.
Oh yeah.
So on a good note, you can get all your friends because it's like it's cheaper this day if you don't have that membership. But on the other note, it's like you're not really getting a discount that day because
True,
it's cheaper that day.
but
Can
I
you
will,
watch multiple movies in one day?
I gotta look that up too.
Yeah. So many questions.
I know. Well, no, okay, so you're interested then?
Yeah,
I'll look it up and
totally.
I'll find out after this.
I'm like, can we spend 6 hours at the theater?
Then you could just go old school. You're like, well, I'm already in the theater,
That's true. That's
and that
another good
starts
point.
right now. I'm just gonna walk in real quick. But no,
We're
yeah.
gonna be here all day.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Second, Instant Family. Have you ever seen the trailer for this?
Yes.
With
Reese Witherspoon?
Wahlberg. No. Rose Byrne and Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, and then but I've
Where'd you
seen.
get Reese Witherspoon?
I don't know. She's a brunette, huh? The other one, no. Reese is blonde, but the other girl you're
Rose
talking
Byrne. She was in Neighbors and The Conjuring.
about. Yeah, she's cute. I like her.
Yeah.
But I did see that. I know the underlying theme is these kids are not theirs
Yeah, they're
biologically.
like foster kids.
But do they actually adopt them?
I mean, that might be the end.
I don't
Most
know.
likely. It's,
oh,
it's
okay.
a feel
so
good
they're
family
testing
thing.
them out.
Yeah, it's like they go to this thing, like it's this happy couple, but they got like a big house, and then they're like, oh, like, do you want a kid? Like, oh, I never said I wanted a kid. I'm like, but you look like you want a kid. And then so like they go and check out the kids, like the foster kids or whatnot. They see this, I think, one girl Or maybe the
But
two
she
young,
has siblings.
but
or
they have
something?
siblings.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
so
she
they
comes
come with the package.
Yeah, okay. Like, oh, now you have 3 kids.
yeah.
Good luck. Like you
And
never
then
had
it all
one.
works out, right?
Probably. I mean, that's what you would assume in these types of movies. It doesn't show it in the trailer, but the trailer looks good. I'll show you that after.
Okay.
But I thought that was good. I've heard good things about it. And then rounding up top 5, you have The Widows, which is going to be interesting. It's basically a bunch of like criminals get killed.
Yes.
And then
yes,
their
yes.
wives have to go and take on a fucking crime job.
That woman. Who is that woman? The one that should be like our president one. The black lady. What's her name?
Whenever you ask me questions,
But
it just flows out of my brain.
She's the one.
Amanda Waller.
Yes.
I know exactly who.
You know who I'm talking about. But
The fuck
yes,
is her
I
name?
have seen that preview. But you know what?
What?
I felt like when I was watching that preview that it's going to be like another. It's going to be a wash. It's going to be like another one like the what is it? Ocean's 8.
Oh yeah, we're just came and gone. It's gone.
Where it came and I was like, woo, this cast. And then after I was like, what?
Did you watch it?
Nope. But because I didn't watch it because there was nothing. There was no sizzle after. Like,
yeah, and that's actually what I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
It came out at number 5 in its first week, and people are polarized by it. Some people are saying it's horrible. Some people are really good about
It's
it.
going to go downhill after this.
Probably. We'll see how much it drops after this. All right, moving forward, we're going to go a little faster now because I really have to pee. And usually with Ryan, I can do it and then just do it, but I'm not going to leave you here by yourself.
Thank you, please don't.
So don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're skipping Bumblebee. Quick thoughts. Do you think you'd be interested in a Bumblebee movie?
Yeah, I do.
It
He's
looks
the
cute.
sweetest one. Yeah.
It looks really cute.
I'd be interested in a Megatron one. I'd be interested in a Primus.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Not Primus because that's a band, right?
That is a brand, yeah.
Okay.
But it's also the main event at like a Gladiator thing. I know that because of Gladiator.
Well,
Or
I
is it-
meant
yeah.
I meant Megatron's
Yes,
enemy.
Optimus Prime.
Yes, this one. And then this one, he's really sweet.
Yes, exactly. So it looks really cool. We just got a brand new international trailer. It's coming out this month. Looks good. Sound off if you want to check it out. And another movie that we just got a trailer for. This is the first trailer. It fucking tugged at some heartstrings, did it not?
Without a doubt.
The brand new-
But I think it makes a difference, like who's like Tim Burton
Yes.
being a part of like the perspective makes such a difference because even the trailer, like I know he has, not that he has nothing to do with like how they put this up, like marketing wise, but it's like this, like we were saying earlier, this is so different to me than the Cinderella, than the Beauty and the Beast, than
Yeah.
the Aladdin newly released like trailer.
Exactly.
Like I didn't care for those as much. This
This
was like,
looks
oh my
good.
god, this is gonna be amazing.
And you know what's interesting? I didn't even care that much about regular Dumbo.
I loved it because it's quick, it's very emotional. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't like to it's not that you don't like, I don't want to watch that one over
Yeah.
and over. It's fucking sad.
Yes.
But it's so cute. And like Dumbo's Jumbo Jr. because his dad was Jumbo, the elephant, like before. And I always just remember, I think when a movie's so sad and has so many like heartstrings being tugged at, you
Yeah.
tend to remember like the comedic
Parts about it.
moments.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
the lighthearted
that's-
parts.
So that's what I remember about like old school fucking 1940s Dumbo.
Shit, I don't know. Yeah, I have no
Probably.
idea. Probably.
Yeah, where like I think it's a crow or I don't know what the animal is, but he's like, oh, it's Jumbo Jr. And it's like stop trying to make light of this. Like he's a little like orphan.
He's in a
his
sad
mom's-
situation, sir.
But it was so cute to
Yeah.
me that I was like, "Ugh, you know what? Pull through Dumbo. Let's watch. And this totally conveyed that whole idea where it's like, oh, this is so sad.
It
You're the
is.
runt. You're the cutest. You
Giant
have these-
ears.
oh,
You can fucking fly.
it's gonna be so cute. So
Yes.
cute. And then what's his face? Fucking Irish guy.
Oh, Russell, not Russell Crowe.
No. I know you know.
I know.
Wasn't he dating Britney Spears or something?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, that one. So that guy, he has one arm?
Okay, so here's the thing. So
Okay.
I'm glad you caught that.
See, yeah.
In the beginning of the trailer, he has 2 arms.
So he lost an arm.
At some point in the trailer, but I mean, I was like, I don't know what the
Damn.
fuck. Like, and that was in the trailer.
plot thickened, you guys.
Exactly. Something happens,
Quick.
but there's time that passes, but it looks cool. The animation's awesome. Same animation that you would see at probably like Jungle Book, so you remember that. It was awesome. And probably the same animation they're going to use for The Lion King.
I
at some
hope
point.
so. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm super excited about that too. I care more about this than rewatching Dumbo ever again, to be honest. I will.
Oh, yeah.
I will grab a bottle of Delirium and have some pink elephants
Oh
along.
my God, you're right. That is so cute. I didn't even think about that.
I will have that while I'm in the theater. And is that it for it? Yeah, it is actually.
it.
That was the last story.
Woo!
Woo! I want to say thank you again for our guest,
Thank you
Rossyo.
for having
where
me.
where can they find you? And of course,
You can find me in Highland
Hard
Park
Frescoes.
always.
always
And
just look.
I'm just there around. And like we said, if you're super interested in trying some of the limited release batches, like the Chabless, like the Happy Tamarindo.
So fucking good.
Like, yeah, you guys should be interested in finding that. I'll definitely forward all of the information over to Garrett and let you guys know where to find that. But you can always order online. So as long as you're ordering one case, which is only, it's either
I know. Yeah, I was like,
it's either 4 6-packs or 6 4-packs. So you guys, I mean,
invite me over. I will help you.
pretty
with those,
much,
so don't
it's
worry about it.
easy. But like, if you guys want to do a special order, just hit us up, just straightforwardly. And if you guys want to try some of our first traditional flavors, which probably would be a good segue, like just to get familiar with the brand, go to Bevmo, go to Vallarta, go to the Mexican little markets, and try it out.
Boom. Thank you, everyone. You can follow us, of course, if you haven't already, everywhere at Humpcast. Follow me personally at Garrett_AM Lee at Twitter and Instagram, and Mitch_Striker on the Snapchats, if you still have that, because that thing is slowly but surely dying. We will catch you next week with our special friend Solar Haze. So if you're a fan of that band, check us out next week. Same time, same station. Bye-bye.
Fellas.